Be quiet, everybody. Radio Tekkers is here, but Tanner is asleep. So we're going to watch Chelsea versus City, but be really, really quiet. Tanner, we saw your eyes open there, douchebag.
Hit the intro!
I'm gonna hit the intro. Alrighty, welcome one and all to yet another episode of Radio Tekkers. It is Chelsea versus Manchester City.
I'm just scared. I'm just scared an entire flock of seagulls outside, by the way, and they were like on the other side of the road.
Well, they're all potential viewers. They were watching the show through your window.
We've never seen Radio Tekkers at this angle before. You know, this is just Matt on his couch enjoying the game and participating in the live stream. This is fun. I am Tanner, aka the Texas Gentleman, and it is it's very early in the morning. It's quite early. It's 6:15 a.m. and I'm awake.
The things you do for this channel and for our loyal viewers.
Sometimes.
Absolutely.
Goodness.
Already in the chat, we've got people already saying on because I like that as a slogan. We're going to market that one, Graham. Thank you.
Yes, we claim that.
Yes, I'll file the trademark here shortly. Joined with me today, of course, who else could it be? First off, the Podfather himself, Mags. Mags, how are you doing?
Kablam.
Kablam. Again, to resist trademark lawsuits, we're going with Kablam. And of course, the magnificent one himself, Mr. Matt Wills. Matt, how are you doing today?
I am doing very, very well. Thank you very much. It's nice to be back on the stream. Hopefully now you got your third wheel that you needed so much last week, guys. As you kept saying throughout the whole of the stream. Not sure I'm the third wheel to keep you on the chat.
Not just on this stream, but in life in general. We need
we just kind of need that person.
Absolutely, that's why when I invited Mag to the wedding, I had to invite Tanner to keep him in line. So it's all good.
Gravy chocolate fountain. Let's talk about this game here. Chelsea, Manchester City. A very early, literally and metaphorically, title challenge match, it seems here. I mean, both of these teams we expect normally on a year-by-year basis to be right there at the finish line. And two teams with very similar philosophies, gentlemen. What do we make of this matchup initially here?
After you, Max.
Okay, I was just going to say it's very early in the season to be calling a match a six-pointer. But this is a six-pointer because Man City are 3 points behind Chelsea. If they lose this game, they drop to 6 points behind the league leaders. So that's quite a big gap already over the incumbent champions. Yeah, these are two teams that have been relatively free scoring. I'm really excited for this because both teams have not failed to impress in terms of performances. But we're seeing Lukaku and Werner start together up front in a front two. That's exciting.
It was only going to be a matter of time before we got the two of them put together, I think. And I think when we were watching the game last week, Spurs and Chelsea, we got to see a glimpse of it after a substitution was made. And it seems as if perhaps Thomas Tuchel liked what he saw, right? Matt, what do you make of this of this matchup here? Because obviously Chelsea are red hot. Manchester United are keeping pace, as are Liverpool, of course. Manchester City, though, they seem to have maybe pumped the brakes a little bit here. this early in the season. Maybe not as hot of a start, but still keeping up with the Joneses, if you will.
Well, would you say that maybe they are missing, I don't know, a good striker to play through?
I mean, you could have that argument.
I've got that argument. I've got that argument. To be fair,
but every time we bring it up, they do a performance like they did in Europe, where they absolutely demolish people with no need for a number 9.
With the greatest of respect to the opposition,
meaning zero respect.
They are not of the same caliber as Chelsea.
I am aware.
Chelsea, if they played how they were the second half against Spurs last week, and City play how they played against Southampton last week, Chelsea will win this at a canter.
Ooh, really?
But obviously, on paper, means nothing, of course, because we know week in, week out, fans back in, very different season to last season, of course. I'm excited for a good game. No matter who wins, that one of them loses, or maybe both of them lose, and Liverpool will be the victors out of that.
How did you strong arm that Liverpool are the winners of this game, even though they're not in it? That is some stretch.
Because reason being is because Liverpool see these two as their main rivals for the season, I feel.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
One of them's going to be losing ground.
But do these two see Liverpool as their main rival?
That's
a more pertinent question.
I guess that's a question that you have to ask those teams. I can't, as a Liverpool fan, I can't make that comment.
He couldn't possibly suggest that.
Trust a fucking Liverpool fan to work a Chelsea v City game into Liverpool's favour. I love being part of this team. It's amazing.
But I can see a little bit of what of what Matt is saying here. And
the other Liverpool fan can agree with the Liverpool fan. I'm shocked.
But I just, if you look at it realistically, you would hope for a draw between these two, and that they kind of batter each other.
I do see it, honestly. Whatever happens, one of your competitors are going to drop down the pecking order, or you're going to be able to keep pace with the other one and still have that game in hand. So, yeah, it does make sense. I just like ribbing you both.
I know. So let's see here. Let's talk about the starting...
Chris, I 100% endorse Chris's comments.
He says, as a neutral fan, Liverpool seemed like the fourth wheel in the title race. Well, I mean, you have four wheels on a lot of things, particularly.
Yeah, so you got to have four wheels to go forward in a car.
Yeah, you got to have it.
Tell that to Reliant Robbins,
which crash every time they actually went around the corner, Meg. Yes, absolutely.
Let's talk about these starting lineups. The starting lineups.
You went full Texan then, didn't you?
For Chelsea, we have Mendy in goal, Azpilicueta, Christensen, and Rudiger. I'm missing a comma in there somewhere. And then that makes up your defense. Reece James and N'Golo Kante, Jorginho and Kovacic, alongside Alonso in the midfield. And then, of course, as Mags brought up earlier, Lukaku and Werner in attack. So that's frightening, to say the least.
I'm excited to see how Christensen Rudiger does. I think that's a player who I'm very interested to see. Is that Antonio's younger brother?
Yes, Christensen Rudiger. Mm-hmm.
I can't believe you edited it on the sly. No, so it's an absolutely solid lineup. Mendy back in goal plugs the issue I had last time we watched Chelsea play live, and Werner and Lukaku going forward, two flat track bullies essentially, but one that is the most rounded striker in the world today. This is a scary lineup.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Let's just hope he doesn't pass the ball to Werner and he just misses a complete sitter like most of the time. So
from 3 yards out,
yeah, from like point blank range. Let's see here. Manchester City's lineup is a little bit more Guardiola-esque, if you will. because it's Pep Guardiola's team. We've got Ederson in goal, Walker, Diaz, Laporte, and Cancelo in defense. De Bruyne, Rodri, and Foden are in the midfield. I don't know. My spelling is completely off today.
Let me do my one then, Tal, which you didn't do.
Okay, go for it.
There we go.
Who's Jesuit?
Yeah, that's who. I thought that I did that one, but I guess you did that one.
We were both editing at the same time.
Okay. So Jesus.
I'm working with absolute amateurs, folks.
Bernardo.
It's Gabriel Jesus, for those who are not aware.
Gabriel Jesus.
Gabriel Jesuit, as he's now known. We've got Helen Rodriguez, and now we've got
Gabriel Jesus, who is a new French international for Manchester City. Gabriel Jesus. Bonjour, Mr. Gabriel Jesus. What's going on this morning?
This has already gone off the rails. A couple of interesting comments in the chat here. Good cop, bad cop. Graham saying he hadn't realised it's actually Kevin De Bruyne's first Premier League start of the season. Yeah, very interesting. And then this one from Chris. Interesting to see Tuchel added that extra man in midfield. It seemed to be the difference maker in the Spurs game. Absolutely, it was. It was night and day comparing those two halves. But it has to be said that Spurs are worse and were tiring out. I think with this lineup, though, packing that midfield might be to Chelsea's benefit, to be fair. If they can stump the supply to Jesus, Grealish especially, and Silva, I think I have to agree with Matt. This may be able to be won at a canter by Chelsea. That's like, you fucking pair of English idiots.
What amazes me is none of you have actually noted the ticker now either, so I'm going to adjust it for someone to go at me for it.
That's what I was laughing at. Graham in the chat also says, please support the Patreon for Radio Tekkers. Goodness. Oh, man. So, I mean, the only thing that I could think of that would counter a little bit of what Chris says, and I don't think that Chris is wrong, but I think something to watch out for in this game here is that, no disrespect to Manchester City, even though they deserve it most of the time, they don't have any pace on them compared to what Spurs offer. I think that their game is a lot more slower in terms of build than what you would expect from Spurs. And so I think that you're going to see something more methodical. Maybe Chelsea's trying to clog the midfield completely and just win the battle there, or just slow things down in general. But I don't think I don't think that Chris is wrong. I just want to rebut the comment.
Rebut, yes. So there you go. Apology, but Ruben Diaz is captain, of course, not Kevin De Bruyne today. I do apologise.
I mean, you do have a good point, Tanner. City's game is very much possession based, whereas Spurs were definitely looking to counter. So there is certainly difference in styles of play, but we'll have to see how this match goes.
Exactly.
I'm extremely surprised that Sterling's on the bench for this game.
Yes. I thought
that he would have been the perfect person to be going one-on-one with.
It looks like he may be on his way out. I was more interested in seeing Ruben Loftus-Cheek's name on the subs bench. Like, is he even still a Chelsea player?
He had been injured, man. He had quite a bad injury till the end of last season. So I'm looking forward to him getting some more game time because he's a real talent for sure. Other people I'm a little surprised about is obviously the only change to the team was Thiago Silva dropping out for Christensen today. I think that's good continuity for Chelsea. They're doing the right things. I've proven this whole league.
Indeed. Let's see here. Dan Griffin in the chat has joined us. How you doing, Dan? Hope you're doing well.
Afternoon troublemaker.
Dan, of course.
I can say that. I can say that someone who took my seat a couple weeks ago. It's fine.
Dan recently posted on Twitter that he now has a really, really nice add-on addition to his home where he's got the Griff Inn, which is pretty sweet.
He's got a bar, yes.
Oh, man.
It looks badass.
It does. I hope that I can help him solve his issue with not getting the football matches in the Griffin. Hopefully, we get there soon.
A projector he needs.
Projector, perhaps. I think it might be an internet issue, but
then he needs a mesh network.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, he needs one of those Eros or something else.
I got one for about 50 quid, and it's been absolutely outstanding.
Nice.
So we're getting close to kick off.
The knee here in the
Players
UK,
have taken the knee.
Apart from Marcus Alonso.
Marcus Alonso is refusing to take the knee.
I have no pause at kickoff for you, Tanner.
He put out a press release saying that he feels that there's diminishing returns from the stance of taking the knee.
He instead will point to his no room for racism sign on his shirt instead. And to be fair, that's still a gesture. So I've no problem with that. It's a gesture still.
Yes, indeed.
Let us know when you're ready, Tanner, and I'll pause.
Of course. So we're at the center circle right now. The referee's talking to what looks like Kevin De Bruyne.
Whilst you are waiting, Tanner, I will of course do my usual pre-match spiel, of course, which is of course, obviously we at Radio Tekkers endorse the no room for racism message. There is no room for discrimination in any walk of life, especially football.
Correct. And we have kickoff.
Boom.
I'm actually at the.
This should be a good one, gentlemen, ladies, and non-binary others.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about you, gentlemen, but I'm at the 15-second mark and counting. About 19, 20 now.
My clock's not come on the screen yet, Tanner.
Yeah.
15, right. 17, 18. Yeah.
And I have got my very spurious stream of Man United versus Villa going in the background as well.
Absolutely. We'll be keeping you abreast of the situation happening over at Manchester United versus Aston Villa, which is not live in UK. It's live in America.
How'd you get that game there, Max?
I got it by the Peacock app and a VPN. Express VPN, also other ones are available.
Massive break here.
Instant from Manchester City. Cuts to the byline, and that looks like it's a goal kick.
It is a goal kick, and fully Grealish with his stupid hair.
We is not a big fan of Jack Grealish's stupid.
Oh, that's you've £100 million. You can't cut the ball.
It's less than 90 seconds into a game.
Chris is asking, live watch along? Yes. When you click the YouTube link, we try to use as many buzzwords as possible to catch your eye.
You're not the BBC, Max. You don't have to say others are available. Yes, but if I want that NordVPN sponsorship for Radio Tekkers, hit me up, kablam. Then I do have to say that they're available.
That's amazing.
Well, as it's early in the morning in America and it's still relatively early in the afternoon here, how about you guys give us your favourite food to have before a match? If you go to a game, what do you have as your pre-match food?
Yeah, I can speak for myself here in saying that my food would have been better if Whataburger hadn't effed up my breakfast. Yeah, that's just me being bitter.
Whataburger.
Whataburger.
What a burger.
Yeah.
Oh, nice header out by Dave.
Yeah, there you go.
They messed up his tacos.
Yeah, they messed up my tacos. It was not just like I like it. It did not include bacon, which
that's a great header out from under his own crossbar.
Upset. But it's okay. I'll still live. Jesus tracking down the ball. We have not seen a lot of Mr. Gabriel Jesus. I guess relatively more than what we did in the past.
Chris, our roving reporter, our chief field analyst, Chris _BFC_ saying, whatever they have at Pound Bakery, 2 for £1. What a bargain.
What a
quid, Tanner, is a pound, by the way. A quid is a pound. I think he's aware of that. $2.
Yeah. I'm aware of your currency.
So keeping people abreast of Man United and Villa. and also the motorbikes that are flying past Matt's property.
And my windows are closed and sealed, by the way.
So Bruno Fernandes just had a chance just inside the 18-yard box, scarred it over, but Villa have found it really difficult to get out of their own half against Man United.
It's only the second time we've properly done this, I think, Mags, as in cover 2.
Well, the first time was fully legal, though.
Yeah, no, but well, to be fair,
not that what you're doing is in any way, shape, not above board.
Yes,
it's totally above board.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
To be fair, it's fine. But I'm saying we don't normally cover two. We can cover 2 games at a time. For the first time since last game of the season. To be fair, that was intense. That was good fun.
I mean, going from 2 games to 10 games is a stretch.
We won't.
Yeah, it was fun.
We won't be able to cover 10 games this year due to the 3 p.m. blackout in the UK, which I had to explain to Tanner what it was this week. By the way,
Yes.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't know why you guys do that.
It's the UEFA thing, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's to make sure people go to the game still rather than stay at home.
Can you, Dan Griffin, can you do the wink and kablam at the same time? You know, if I am anything, I provide. So, kablam.
Has Mendy
The memes are set up. The memes.
Has Mendy got the longest free kick in the Premier League?
I don't know.
I don't know. He has got an incredibly long one, to be fair.
I'd give you my opinion, but I'd charge you $1 for it. As Graham from Good Cop Bad Cop.
But it is a thing that you pass.
This is true. It's also something you shoot if you're in Texas.
Ronaldo's just had a free kick and missed. Shock.
Well, Ronaldo has scored in every game he's played in this season so far for Man United, so
not from free kicks.
No, not from free kicks. No, so it's more of a case of happening. Jesus
City
Christ.
keep trying to thread in Gabriel Jesus, but he's playing out wide. Very unusual to see him in this position.
And Rudiger has just sent. He sent him flying.
He just leveled him. he's on the floor. Oh man, he's checking on him, which is great. That's what you do when you're.
And Rudiger's also been involved in some contract talk with Chelsea, looking to make him one of the highest paid defenders in the Premier League, and absolutely worth it. This season has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
He had a great season last season with Chelsea. Capped off with a Champions League victory, of course.
I also heard a little bit of rumours that Real Madrid are looking to sign perhaps Alexander Arnold.
They may be looking to, but I don't
or
think
Reece James.
I don't.
Reece James, they can think maybe a fourth.
Reece James can leave
Because it's not your club.
That'd be fine. Chris is saying that he finds it funny that I say Graham in the way that I do, because I pronounce it with the H silent, I guess.
Like graham crackers.
Yeah, Graham. I don't know what else you want.
Graham.
Seeing as how you centered this, Mr. Griffin, I can just play this one. It's fine. we won't fill in the blanks, but yeah, yes.
The blanks are O and R.
Yeah, that works. No, right, fine. City play up and back here.
Furker.
What about you, Mag? What's your breakfast choice before if you have you got a preferred one?
Yeah, standard bacon butter.
Standard bacon bay. Good man. Good man.
With no sauce, because I don't like sauce on my bacon butters.
That's fair.
May I on the attack again? Ronaldo. Oh no, sorry. Greenwood bundled off the ball, and I think it goes out for a Man United corner. Back at the Chelsea game, and City have the ball again.
Oh God Almighty! I have seen some things before. I think our roving reporter. Have you had your coffee, Chris? Because realistically, Liverpool are going to set out less than 150, and then you get Mbappe and Haaland both for half that price. For for the first time ever, I can press a button.
Jesus, it's not even 7 in the morning.
For the first time ever. It's only been there for like a season.
I said, but the rule is I don't press the button.
Yeah, that's true.
And it wasn't my comment, so okay.
We've banned you from pressing the button.
I mean, Chris has actually followed up, and he's right, because Mbappe could go on a free.
Technically
and
speaking.
Haaland's release clause is 75 million, so you have to rescind that mat attack button. So take it back.
No. No, because I don't think Mbappe will come to Liverpool. I think he will go to Madrid.
It's not about whether the players will come. It's about you could potentially sign them for half of that. Wow.
I like the way the chat is just coming from me, like, and the viewers are going up and up as I'm getting more and more slammed. Come at me, chat. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hashtag
come on.
Matt cancelled.
Bring the heat. City on the attack?
They had been a bit of a week, to be fair. So it's nice to get some fun and games with you fine people.
Indeed. Let's see. Reece James is down.
Yep, there's a player down.
Are you sure it's Reece James? Are you sure it's not Abdul Quetta?
that will never ever get old.
It looks like he was.
It does feel a little soft from Grealish. He goes down like he's been shot by a sniper.
He's complaining,
and then he trips Reece James.
You know, Jack Grealish.
Did City get the free kick as well?
I think they got it.
Oh, I understand what you mean now, Chris. Right. He's referring to Real would rather get Haaland than Mbappe than Trent. I understand what you're saying. I thought you meant Liverpool signing. I apologise.
But his first point was still right, though. You could get Haaland for half and Mbappe for half of the money it costs to get Trent.
Yeah, I mean,
by that logic, so could Burnley.
Burnley could, but
well, logically, they could if they had the money, but they could.
Of the 20 Premier League teams, I think Burnley are about 19th in line to sign the likes of Mbappe and Haaland.
I can only imagine representatives for Haaland and Mbappe in a boardroom with them being, have you heard about this team, Burnley? It's quite a special project.
To be fair, Ryan Reynolds ended up buying Wrexham, so...
That's true.
That is true.
Chris is been a die on the hill. I'm 100% convinced there was some sort of body swap, Freaky Friday bollocks going on. Possibly.
Yes.
I've got to admit, I was in the chat that day. I wasn't actually here, so I can't say either. Why on that one?
I don't even remember it well enough to
isn't that convenient?
Oh goodness, Matt has left. Well, I guess that's that then.
That's him offended.
We'll change it. He'll come back eventually.
I don't think we should let him in now. No, he's left. Oh, that looked like a big bundle from Chelsea. There was it. Jorginho going flying off the pitch. City free throw in though.
All right, Matt's back. I'll change it. I'll change the.
Somehow it backed me out into another studio.
Oh yeah.
Never had that before.
You got kicked to another StreamYard studio.
As in the one we may have prepared for tomorrow afternoon.
I was going to say, was it somebody else's? Like you just joined somebody else's live stream? Like,
what is going on here?
I'm the magnificent one, Matt Willis. Oh goodness!
No touch what happened there, but I'm back now. That's what matters. So,
that's true. This is very true. You are back.
Dan in the chat, I bet the Burnley boardroom is a plastic garden table and chairs in a porter cabin. That's actually not that far off. It's actually Burnley's boardroom is actually really nice. I've been in it before.
Oh well,
Not as a member of the board. Clearly.
Mag strolling in with a suit, a briefcase. All right, gentlemen, it's time to talk business.
Listen, here at Radio Tekkers, we want to sponsor you.
Dude, can you imagine the Radio Tekkers logo on a Burnley kit? That would be the day.
Probably get less viewers than we get now.
My God, let that go. Shut the foul there. Never mind. On we go with Man City in the attack.
Good morning, Connor. He said on his Twitter feed he had to get up dead early to watch this game. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Yes, thank you for joining us, Connor. Oh,
absolutely. Better than us than it's listening to Steve McManaman and Lee Dixon.
Is that who's on the commentary?
Usually.
Jesus. Since doing Tekkers, I very rarely listen to any football commentary now.
Okay, I think
probably for the best. You're probably healthier for doing so. Ooh, cross in, but there's nothing there. It seems for Manchester City.
If they had a dedicated number 9, he could have been on that ball then and pounced.
They do, Mag. Yeah. They're playing on the right wing.
Yeah.
Having the number 9 shirt on your back doesn't mean your position is a dedicated number 9.
Oh, here we go. It's
a number is just
back,
that, a number.
The flat track bully.
Oh, good defending.
First real chance from Chelsea, and that was close. If Lukaku could have made contact with that, that's a goal, I think.
Lukaku and Werner there were very much rapid.
Yes.
They were ready to pounce on it, and Manchester City, with all due respect, scrambled to get back.
They were caught very flat-footed.
Yes.
It's been quarter of an hour already in this game, gentlemen. 0-0 between Chelsea and City. City need to win this game.
And also 0-0 versus Man United and Aston Villa.
If my maths is correct here, I know it's not the best, but I do believe that Chelsea win this game and Villa win that game. Villa would go above both Manchester clubs, I believe.
No, that's your maths. If Villa win, right. Should you say? Did you say if Villa win?
Yeah.
So if Villa win, they'd go to 11 points, which would put them level with Manchester City.
It would put them. It would put them above. Yeah, it would put them above City if City lost.
And Man United would stay on 13 points.
To be fair, as mentioned many times on Good Cop, Bad Cop, which is going to come out tomorrow on Visual Score Media, I'm really not very good with my mathematics. And as always, we get the average to the 27.27 comment. This channel has no idea what's going on with that.
This show is a 2-hour meme fest. It just really is. It is.
If you just turn up and just meme. Of course. Oh God, you brought up throwing. Just never excuse to talk about. No, not reading that bit. I can't read that W word out, mate.
I mean, you could, but you know, it might be illegal in your country.
That could potentially scupper our ExpressVPN sponsorship.
Indeed,
kablam,
kablam.
I will mention though,
just like you would say over that frisbee.
I will mention that apparently there was a sitter from Villa, apparently, where they missed from 2 foot away.
Yes, there was.
ExpressVPN.
They've just done a replay of it, and it's it was pretty bad.
Oh, corner to Chelsea.
Yeah,
Carl getting away with Werner's curler. Of course,
double defending there from the City defence.
Yeah, bear in mind that there was something that came up in the news the other day about the fracas at the Lyon game.
Oh, go on, finish your point. Then I'll get to the Man United game.
That's fine. Go ahead.
So Greenwood was played through, cuts through the defence. Wrong foot's Tyrone Mings, as per, gets his shot off, but it's well held by Martinez.
So just to be clear, if you're just joining us now, Mags is also watching the United Aston Villa game
through legal sources.
Yes, he's watching it by very legal, above board means, and he's giving us updates as that game progresses. City here in possession. Looks like Jack Grealish on the ball.
Yeah, Leo and Lon had a massive crowd disturbance, and one of the one of the instigators apparently, well not instigator, but someone who's involved in it, has been arrested for not for fighting, but for how can I phrase it on a show which is supposed to be for enjoying himself.
It was the guy having a Thomas the Tank, isn't it?
Yes, and I've got to say, for the first time ever, you can actually could use that offensive term, which you shout at the referee usually at that fan.
But it wasn't the referee this time.
No, you can actually use that phrase for the first time, and it'd be 100% accurate. I've never heard that before.
He had a Sherman.
Yes, Graham.
He was polishing his trumpet. He was playing the skin flute.
He was he was nude.
He was creating some barbecue sauce. Oh no, some ranch dressing.
That's great.
By God. Stairs in Baghdad.
Yeah, I wish I could like quickly edit that and like bring in JR's face over top as an overlay on top of all of us. Yeah, that'd be fun.
That's your homework for next week.
There you go. It's happening.
Oh man. The city in possession. Somebody's on the ball. What
I can't read that. He was introduced to Pamela Henderson.
Graham,
very good, Graham.
Very crafty
good.
with the words, you know.
Very snide as well.
So a statistic has just come up on our stream of the Chelsea game, and Chelsea have had 131 passes compared to City have had 131 passes compared to Chelsea's 35, which is shocking.
Let's continue with our innuendos. Throw your best innuendos in the chat, why not? And if they're clean, we'll read them out.
Matt requests the three best clean innuendos.
Football-related innuendos.
Is there a thing as a clean innuendo?
Well, if it's basically an innuendo, proper innuendo, don't you offer me one.
I thought he was actually pointing at you then, Tanner. He was actually pointing off screen to Chris. You've got some Chris news, I believe, Matt.
I do indeed. Obviously, my fiance and producer of Chris Talks Games, which is out later on today, VGM. Today he hit 200 subscribers on his YouTube channel, the Chris React YouTube channel. Did a fantastic job. Been building slowly but surely with a very loyal fan base. I know Mag watches all of his videos. It's brilliant.
He's very good at what he does. He's
Indeed.
really, really good.
Indeed.
His knowledge base is amazing.
Puts me to shame for sure. As I always say, people come to watch, people listen to Game Junkies for me, Kerry, and Alex fooling around. You listen to Chris because he knows what we're talking about. That's
the best one. We're not. I don't think we can actually read that one.
We can't. But these are all for the benefit of those watching the stream. So if you want to actually get involved in listening later on,
if you're listening to this in podcast form and you haven't watched our stream yet, this is the stuff that you're missing out on here.
Yes. I mean, we can read this one. This one's nearly broke me.
Not really innuendo, but I saw recently that Fred is the worst Brazilian since Stevie Wonder waxed his wife. We'll take jokes as well.
Goodness. Chelsea on the counter here. Conte's trying to thread in Lukaku. Lukaku does recover it, but it's out to Reece James. Reece James passes out to it looked like George Azpilicueta.
Yeah, it's gone all the way back to the defence.
It's Dave Tanner.
A slow build up from Chelsea. They need some time on the ball because it's been pretty much all City in terms of possession.
Mm-hmm.
But they are being forced back slowly but surely.
Big Dave Azpilicueta.
4 or 5 City players there playing almost trying to play keep ball where everybody was chasing the ball.
City half-heartedly tried to do a pressing scheme, but Chelsea easily just got out of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like Chelsea are.
Oh, and that's
trained.
a mess up by Alonso. Quickly recovered though.
Well recovered. To be fair, very well recovered. You don't.
Lukaku fuming at that ball.
Yeah.
And that's not like Kante and misplaced a pass like that.
No.
I do know that Chelsea seem to be pressing more than they were last season, which is great. I mean, Tuchel's on the pitch, by the way. Tuchel is actually on the pitch. He's on the other side of the touchline.
That's the referee, Matt. That's the referee.
No. He was in a grey. He was like a grey windbreaker and a black cap on. And Guardiola don't wear that.
That was a 1950s referee. Yeah.
1950.
I don't know. don't listen to me.
Just trying to dig out the hole he put himself in here.
So going to Man United versus Villa. United are peppering the Villa goal with shots. Pretty much everybody lining up to take a shot. Fernandes has had a try. Pogba's had a shot. Was that Luke Shaw? Luke Shaw was lining up for a shot as well. The defence able to power it out though, so it's still 0-0 there. But Villa are very much under the cosh.
City have another corner, and the chat has devolved into horrible
smut. Just smut.
Thanks to Matt's request for innuendos.
To be fair, I put it all. No, I can't say that actually right now.
So you can't be fair.
If you are what you ask for, you get. I suppose.
Yeah, I guess so.
You get what you ask for.
Mindy was milliseconds away from punching Ruben Diaz's lights out.
That was a good ass punch out.
How is I was going to say Fabianski. It's not Fabianski, of course, is it? It's at Villa doing. How's the Martinez doing?
The defence have cleared up a lot of the stuff they're getting in the way, but Martinez has been pretty solid. The two major chances that Villa have, that Man United have had, Martinez has been able to clean up pretty quickly.
Of course, Martinez, of course, is part of the ensemble who escorted from the pitch.
Yeah, for being fucking liars.
They thought because they had gone to Argentina and then gone into Brazil to get round it, and no, gentlemen, no. Hello, someone's heading off to warm up.
Yeah, we've got a defender down on the Chelsea end, and it looks like it's Reece James. That's
Dave
new.
Azpilicueta is down. It is actually Reece James this time.
Chris, you are not living that one down. We have
not good news for Chelsea. I mean, they really like having Reece James in that position.
Chalobah and Thiago Silva have both got to warm up.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a bad choice between, is it? Chalobah, of course, who and Thiago, of course, both scored this season.
I mean, would you put another midfielder in there? That's brave. I mean, you could always move Dave up and just put Thiago in there. That worked really well last time out against Spurs. Of course, again, City aren't Spurs, but they can do a job.
Graham from Google back up saying it'd be so like after all this smittiness for getting the clean sheet.
Yes, yes, Graham. That would be
funny. and our chief food analyst fusing the Darna Hill. No matter what, you will never give me I was in the wrong that day. That sounds like me on every podcast I've ever been on. Yes, Sam Griffin.
You guys are animals in the chat.
It looks like he is coming off.
So Reece James heading out here.
He's getting a round of applause from the Chelsea fans. So the Chelsea fans look quite sad.
Yeah, I mean they really like Reece James. They think he's their Trent Alexander-Arnold.
It is.
Is that what they think?
It is Thiago Silva.
It is Silva, yes.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Reece James is. Well, he is there. He is Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah,
so
he's very good. He's
So
a very
you
good player.
would assume that Chelsea are going to go with pushing Aspilicueta forward, and then have Silva slotting that back three.
Thiago Silva effectively, checking in on Reece James and asking him if he's all right as he heads down the tunnel.
The only statement that Thiago Silva is he cares about his teammates. He's always been a professional.
Mhm.
I might be wrong there, but I actually think there may have been a tear or two in Reece James' eyes. He was coming off there.
Yeah, he didn't look very happy to be subbed off. Obviously it means a lot to him to play for Chelsea.
And it'll mean even more to him to play for Real Madrid when they sign him.
when they can't afford Trent Alexander-Arnold. Oh goodness. City going to bring the ball out eventually. That slowly moves the ball upward out of the goal box.
And in the other game, we've got a Villa free kick. It's been whipped in to the edge of the box, and no, that was bad. Tyrone Mings heads it out for a Man United throw-in from a Villa free kick. He's a clumsy off.
And yeah, he had a great Euro.
He wasn't even challenged. He wasn't even challenged for the ball.
And yeah, he had a great Euros, Mags, didn't he?
I mean, I took back some words I said about him being terrible, but he's still, I don't believe he's England quality.
He's not Tarkovsky, in your opinion.
Or me. Not me, as in me. As in Ben me.
He's no me, that's for sure.
He's certainly no Kablam, that's for damn sure.
To quote Alan Green once, he said, "I always hate talking about Ben me because I always like I'm being very arrogant."
Yeah,
he
speaking about yourself in the third person.
Tarkovsky to me. Yeah.
I'm up here in the commentary box, but I received the pass.
Sometimes
actually on the attack.
They're
not tall enough. They can't win the header.
To be fair, during the
and well cleared by Rudiger.
To be fair, in the game last week, you guys were covering, which had Glenn Hoddle in the commentary box, by the way. So, oh my god, I'm glad you guys were doing the game last week. It was so much better commentary. It wasn't even a challenge. To be fair, it wasn't even close. You guys were amazing.
Chocolate sausage gravy and everything.
It was still better than Glenn Hoddle. But during the coverage of that game, the ball actually ended up on the commentary gantry.
Wow.
Well, there you have it, folks. Mags and Tanner better than Hoddle and Waddle. There you go. That's what you get there, folks.
I
mean, what an endorsement.
Graham from Good Cop Bad Cop saying relying on Mags.
That's going on my CV.
Graham is now relying on Mags exclusively for Man United coverage as he has switched to cut coverage.
Good luck with that because we're actually watching City versus Chelsea and I'm terrible at giving coverage of that. So keeping one eye on another game, I will endeavour to inform you of what's going on, Graham.
Chris, our roving analyst, says, good thing about Ben Mee is it's cheap to get his name on the shirt, or at least cheaper than Goodmanson. Easy to spell as well.
When I've ordered shirts online, I don't think I've ever been charged by the letter. Is that like an in-store thing?
Yeah, I don't know if it is now, but it very much used to be.
Yeah, Celtic used to love it.
Yeah. When you used to get shirts from JD Sports, they were brutal for it.
They loved getting Celtic fans in, though. They used to, Tanner. There used to be a player for Celtic. Do you remember Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink?
I don't know if I remember.
They loved having him.
Oh, City with a chance there. I once got the reversible Man United shirt when they brought out a gold and a white one. And
you got the Man United shirt. Was that punishment or something?
No, because it was just cool. Just looked cool.
It just looked cool.
I remember that reversible shirt.
So
My
does
sister had it.
So does
it was a
smoking the
badass shirt.
devil's lettuce. That looks cool
I
too.
mean, that is cool.
Good block.
Ooh, City.
Foden, no, but just the
Great
Chelsea
defending
defense.
from Chelsea here.
Yeah, Chelsea defense just crowding everything out there. Once I am not singing Damlas. I don't even know the words of Damlas. So that's a song Tanner Barr, Glenn Hoddle, and Chris Waddle.
Yeah, Hoddle and Waddle. Yeah.
I didn't know if you was aware. I thought it might be a very, very partisan British thing.
No, I've heard the song. It was very popular. Back in the day.
Back in the 80s.
when cocaine was all the rage.
Glenn Hoddle was actually on the Masked Singer series 2 as well.
I have never watched an episode.
He was Grandfather Clock. He was.
Paul Toller absolutely adores that show.
To be fair, it's good old fashioned fun, man. There's nothing wrong with it.
Mm.
If you like what you like, and I don't like that.
That's fair enough, man. What about the Masked Wrestler?
Is that with the stunt granny?
No, the Masked Wrestler. Graham will tell you about the Masked Wrestler. He'll tell you all about it. It's available on IWTV, I believe.
Oh, I'm thinking of Wrestling's Secrets Exposed.
Now, this is an actual competition, the Masked Wrestler.
A very different movie.
Not a movie, it's a wrestling tournament. The winner got an IWTV title shot. There you go, Graham. There you go.
And was it for masked wrestlers or people who were hiding who they were?
Both.
The reveal at the end. It was me all along, Flip Gordon.
It was me, El Santo. It's just
Some
another
people
mask.
were actually masked
Mask-
wearing different
mask-
masks over the top by all accounts.
Under this mask is another mask.
Apparently, it was quite good, actually. We'll talk about it more good or bad tomorrow.
Oh gosh.
And on the pre-show, of course, which will be out later.
Pep Guardiola walking around with a very interesting long sleeve T-shirt. Looks like the Manchester City logo was just freshly pressed onto that shirt for him just this morning.
That's a very polite saying, knockoff.
It looks cheap. I'm not gonna lie. Pep Guardiola normally known for his high fashion, but not today it seems.
I suppose he has to ingratiate himself back with the Manchester City fans because he was in the bad books recently with some comments he made.
Oh, about all 6 of the Manchester City fans. Yeah, I'm sure maybe half of them showed up to today's game at Stamford Bridge.
I think more turned up to Stamford Bridge than they did to the Man City game last week.
Possibly.
Actually, to be fair, actually, Man City had a great turnout last week. Actually, had the biggest turnout of the season last week, and they
What,
still
5 of them?
And they
That's
actually
80% capacity right there.
they had 52,000.
Good for them.
It was a great turnout, and they drew 0-0.
Good for them. You couldn't be any more sarcastic if you tried. If you could have, you might as well have just gone, whoopee.
Basil.
I mean, City do seem to have a problem with fan turnout, it seems.
Yeah, I think it was Chris who posted something in our group chat saying that Burnley was actually more supported in Manchester than Manchester City was, which is
great.
It's great for me. I absolutely think that's a brilliant statistic.
It's not a shocker to me. Burnley are really well supported.
Mm-hmm. They're
and
now
they're financially well supported as well.
They're an actual club,
a proper team
with a real history.
Yeah.
And a real manager, a real tough manager as well in charge. What you need.
Are you implying that Sean Dyche should challenge Pep Guardiola to some kind of fight?
Fisticuffs.
He'd win. I think he'd win.
I think he would beat probably 90% of the managers in the league.
Let's ask the UFC fan.
I'm going to beat up Pep Guardiola, and then I'm going to take on Jurgen Klopp as well.
This Sunday, Jurgen, in the steel cage.
Let me tell you something, Mean G.
Oh wow!
Just
A shot there from City that goes way over the net.
Look at that! It's the German national team there. Look at Michael Ballack and Hansi Flick. Yeah, the German national team coaches.
Who are they there to watch Gundogan?
And Werner probably.
I mean, it was like we skipped right over Werner.
Is he in contention for a spot?
I mean, they might be there, watching Rudiger as well. I mean,
That is also true.
I mean, he's made a name for himself. He's made himself known, and
I would actually suspect it's more for Rudiger. On the other game, Aston Villa have had a free kick just outside the box. Douglas Luiz inches wide. Actually, it's a deflection off Harry Maguire. But if that was on target, there was no way David De Gea was getting to that.
Chris in the chat saying, "You lot seen him body slam Lanzini? He's proper hard."
Yeah, it's true. Dan does also add that he reckons that Klopp can handle himself. To be honest,
what? Nah.
I would say if there's somebody in the league that Dyche would have a problem against, it would be Klopp.
Jurgen Klopp, you'll find him in a bar with the Liverpool fans drinking. If nothing else, you can drink like the common man. And nothing else.
The only way Sean Dyche doesn't beat the living piss out of Jurgen Klopp is because Jurgen's so lovable and so happy that he'd feel sorry for him and just come on, let's forget about it. Let's go and get pissed.
But you're well, they would probably put their arms around each other after blooding each other pretty good, I'm sure. Yeah. There was a story earlier this week actually that James Milner, and this was who reported this here. Ragnar Klavan actually reported to a journalist of some sort earlier this week that he had once witnessed Klopp and James Milner actually coming close to blows, where James Milner was very upset with Klopp and threatened to fight him, and Klopp was very much, well, that's a sitter.
And that's your number 9. That is your out and out striker. Jesus is not the person to take over from Maguire. Yes, that proves it.
Yeah, Dan was referring to the same story that I'm referring to here. He's talking about the James Milner Klopp story. Klopp was very much willing to go to blows with James Milner, and then James Milner tuck and ran, and they had to be separated. So
I've got to say, I appreciate
Klopp. Here, Trent, hold these.
I do appreciate Dan Griffin coming in with the to back you up on that one, Tanner, because Ragnar Klavan's not exactly the person I go to for my gossip in the Liverpool dressing room.
I mean, you wouldn't expect it, but
he cleaned the boots for a season.
He was a very quiet member of that Liverpool
team.
Quiet. He may still be there now, cleaning the boots. You never know.
You never know.
Titi Kamara is still lost over in the halls in Anfield somewhere. He can't get out.
He might be back from Estonia. That's where I think he's Estonian initially.
Sounds Russian.
I thought he was from Estonia.
It's certainly Eastern Bloc. It's really Eastern Bloc anyway.
This has been a very cagey affair for 42 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And for all City's possession and Jesus Christ, it looks like Laporte was going for a German suplex there on Lukaku. But for all their possession and pinning Chelsea back in their own half, City haven't really done much damage to Chelsea.
Yeah, Chris in the chat noting that the Klavan role has been taken over by Nat Phillips. That's just
Nat Phillips played 3 times as many games as Klavan did.
Klavan in his day was a bit of a cult hero by Liverpool fans, and Nat Phillips very much that same
great ball in.
That same status.
Too high. Got a lot of time for Marcos Alonso.
He's been really good this season. Really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, when he signed for Chelsea, I was like, well, wasn't he the guy that was on loan at Bolton one part time? And of course he was.
How is Rodri the best player in the midfield for Manchester City? He's just getting all the ball today.
Well, he's the one playing dead centre, though, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
You're first. Okay, I can't even. Really?
Wow. That's unexpected.
That was very unexpected. I didn't think it. I think it was nothing like that.
53 games. Man United have a free kick at the Villa game. Way out though, so Fernandes is going to be whipping it into the box.
And to answer your question, Chris,
Back post, header. Oh.
City here, Gabriel Jesus. He's trying to do a trick, but it's not working. He is ushered out once again by Antonio Rudiger, who is making a claim to be one of the best center backs in the league here in this game. He has made everybody look silly when they come near him.
He's on a long-term contract when you're fifth choice. Well, mainly, I guess the money's not a bad thing, to be fair. But don't forget that last year he was going out the door at Anfield.
He was, and then became first choice after
after several murders of Liverpool defenders.
It can quite easily happen again, unfortunately, because injuries happen, and he'll get game time at certain points. I mean, he would have happy sides knowing it. So
and Liverpool compete on multiple fronts anyway, so
they need the depth.
Yeah,
because by that same
that's where they struggled in defence last season.
Because by that same token, exactly. By that same token, why is Scott Carson signed to be a goalkeeper at Man City? He's never getting a game.
It's just to have cover.
But he's never getting a game. So by that token, why would you sign the contract there?
Well, I mean, there's several people like if you look in Italy, which I know.
No, I agree.
I know. Yeah, I mean,
I agree. You don't watch.
Yeah, I know you don't watch a lot of Serie A, but
I don't watch as much as I should. I've got to admit, no.
So there's a lot of goalkeepers who sign well into very retirement ages. We could say, just because they're a good player, they're a good hand to have around on the team, and yeah, I mean, I don't blame them.
Thirsty Matt.
That's quite the. That's quite.
Yeah.
Was that cranberry vodka?
I wish. No, summer fruits cordial.
Ooh. Might have to try and crack open a Dr. Pepper or something to try.
What's gonna happen?
This game has left me stumped, gentlemen.
We are into the last minute of time lost here.
It's very reminiscent of the Chelsea and Spurs game, where it may take a big change by Tuchel to switch up the tactics. But as Chris said in the chat earlier, the way Chelsea Spurs play and the way City play are two different animals. It feels like a case of two amazing teams cancelling each other out.
I think that's exactly what this is here.
See, ball in.
So Man United in the other game,
and that'll do it.
And we're in extra time at this game. Ronaldo with a free kick, it's into the wall. Shock.
All right, we are at halftime here for Chelsea and City. Chelsea 0, City 0.
Another couple of minutes in this Man United game, so I'll keep my focus on that then. Greenwood has been really lively in this first half. Not creating a lot of big chances, but he's been hard to deal with for the Villa defence. A couple of minutes to go in extra time.
Okay, and here in the States, we are actually taken to that game here as well. This will be fun. Me and Mags watching the game.
and Matt just sat there, just dumbfounded.
Very stoic, enjoying his cordial. What kind of cordial was it? Ooh, is that Danny Ings on the ground? Oh no, McTominay.
Oof.
So McTominay ran for a header and clashed with Ings mid-air. Ings went down pretty good.
So I'm at the point where Fernandes just whipped a corner in, and the ball bounces to Pogba, and it clips just wide of the post. That could very easily have been a goal. Matt, you're very silent. Give us your thoughts on the Chelsea City finish.
It has been.
Half-time.
It's been a game which has. It's been very nitty gritty, really. To be fair, it's been, as we mentioned, the midfields have been very packed.
Mm-hmm.
When the forward lines have got forward, Lukaku and Werner haven't had clear sight of goal because defenders come back en masse, which you expect. I've got to admit, I'm not been massively impressed with the Man City front line. They're relying on Grealish, and they're not playing him where he needs to be.
Mm-hmm. So,
floating in the middle.
Yeah, so statistically, Man City have absolutely dominated this first half. 67% possession, 6 shots on to Chelsea's 1, but both teams haven't had a single shot on target yet. Corners wise, it's Man City have really dominated, 9 corners to 1 from Chelsea. So yeah, this has been a game where Chelsea have just soaked up that Manchester City pressure. Manchester's lack of a number 9 it's really shown through.
Indeed. It just shows again that they had an opportunity to get Harry Kane, and Harry Kane kind of botched it for everybody. in that regard.
I think winning the league in the way that they did without a dedicated number 9 for the majority of the season, maybe it's given them a false sense of security. Maybe they thought that Grealish would be the star performer that he was at Villa, and whilst he's played well, he hasn't been that goal threat that he was at Villa. So, yeah, perhaps that may be the issue.
Well, and something else that I've been thinking about for a week or so now, heading into this game, is
that went past my house.
We've seen the strikerless system before in the past. I mean, Spain used it to win the Euros not too long ago. And Guardiola's been using it for a little while now here with City. I mean, this is a system of play that's very easy to do your homework on if you're if you're the opposition team. Mm-hmm. So could it be a matter of maybe they've been found out?
It does happen. It really, really does happen. I mean, look at Leicester when they won the league the season after. They were found out pretty badly. So yeah, you could be right on the money there, Tanner.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's still quality, but I mean, goodness.
Matt, after this comment from your buddy Graham, well, our buddy Graham, didn't know Monza was now on Tekkers. Monza obviously being the racing track. That's a cool segue to something that you wanted to chat about.
Yes.
Look at how excited he got. He hasn't given a shit for an hour.
The lights.
He has not cared. And then we lead him in, and all of a sudden, boof. Yeah.
I am quite pleased about that. Yes. Now everyone knows that I'm a massive motor racing fan. Well, I subscribe to something called Drive Crate, and the reason why I chose to talk about it's not a gossip chat. No, Graham, it's not. I'm talking about what got me box. Now, I normally wouldn't do this on the stream, but this box is themed around America this month. Specifically, Texas. Because it is, obviously, the American Grand Prix is held at... okay, guys, time to hit this golf course later. Bye, Graham. So I'm just going to go through a few of the items I got in the box. I got a Haas F1 cap, because they're from North Carolina. The only American team, even though Haas is a Ferrari, but we'll go over that bit. Some of the things I got in here was I got a pair of Circuit of the Americas themed socks, which look wonderful actually. They are 3% spandex.
Oh,
3%.
3%.
Yeah.
What's the other 97%?
80% cotton, 70% nylon. I've got a lovely embroidered adventure patch. Look at that, it's lovely.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely.
There you go.
I've got stickers and things like that. I've got track art. So
Hold on. We're gonna change the camera view real quick. Here. There we go.
you. I've got some track art, which is good. It's still bubble wrap, which we'll get to pop that later.
Okay.
Now some of the fun stuff for you guys. For food items I've been sent.
Ooh,
Now we
food
are
items.
talking.
Yeah,
I've
there
got
we go.
some big chewy nerds.
Yeah, that's good.
Big chewy nerds. The
Great
crunchy
flavour, no doubt.
crunchy shell outside, soft and chewy on the inside. Enlarged to show texture, it says on the box.
Yeah, because you want
You're
to see
not
what it
kidding.
looks like.
Because you don't want one like a 3-inch thick. That would be a real chew.
It actually says here 4 servings per package. Really? Have you seen me, nerds?
That's
Seriously.
a downy one.
How many nerds are in a serving, though?
120 grams per box.
So 30
Right.
grams.
But
of
how
nerds.
many pieces of nerds makes one serving?
Mags, if you wouldn't be so kind to use your phrase, sir.
Get to fuck. That one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And
I have many phrases. Kablam, that's one. I'm trying to sell that.
Well, here's another kablam moment, because the last thing is in my box, I believe. And the last thing I got in here as a food item is.
Ooh,
Oh,
classic.
yes.
Classic Tootsie Roll.
No, I've never had a Tootsie Roll before.
A shop near
Whoa,
me
you've
sold
never had a
mini
Tootsie
ones.
Roll
We don't
before?
get them here. We don't get
No,
them here.
they do. A shop near me sold mini ones, and they are badass. They are so delicious. It's like a chocolate caramel.
I've had probably thousands of Tootsie Rolls in my lifetime.
So I look forward to giving this a try at some point.
So I'm just having a culture shock that you've never had one before.
Well, to be fair, they're not a common thing over here.
I'm very excited for you, Matt. You're gonna have to write up a whole review about your first Tootsie Roll experience.
Well, I'm looking for.
Or eat it live.
Or eat it live.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will.
Ideas in his head. Sorry, viewers.
Maybe
It's going
I
to be a thing.
What is it on me? Yeah, let's
Or
Matt,
maybe
do you still have more food?
No, I had 2 items come in it. Being the cat was about 45, 50 pounds in value, and the box it cost 25. So I got my money's worth for sure. I'm very happy with that.
You should get an affiliate code, so people can
know,
share.
I would love to do that. We have approached them for that, but whether or not we get on that, it's never
Hit us up, F crate, drive crate, whatever it's called, kablam. That could be your kablam.
Absolutely. They're a small company starting out, but it's all good. But obviously with President Biden, of course, lifting the laws from, I believe it's October, November time, we can actually come back to the States officially in January the 1st. I'll be back in America, or America, as Chris likes to call it. I'll be partaking of a lot of candy while I am stateside, and I will give you my review.
Oh, well, good.
Cool.
I'm looking forward to that. You should have a candy review video.
One thing I will say, Dan Griffin giving me the tip there. Tootsie Rolls are very lovely. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sour Skittles we had in the UK are not anything compared to sour Skittles you get in America.
Yes.
We used to get sour Skittles here. They weren't a patch on American Skittles.
You prefer American stuff. I am in the total opposite camp.
Yes, come to the dark side, Matt.
It's horrible. American candy. No offense to Satana here, but American candy does not vibe with me at all. It's so artificial.
To be fair,
dude, dentists here make a killing. Like I
am not surprised.
To be fair, gentlemen, if I could arbitrate here, I will say that sour Skittles aside, Mag is 100% right.
Yeah, I got a box of American candies for Mrs. Maggs, and aside from a handful, yeah, they were not good. So much watermelon. Everything just tastes of watermelon and grape.
To be and in general, I did trick or treating around Disney World, so I got loads of candy thrown into my. I had a few little bags of Skittles, nothing to write home about, but the Milky Ways that you have over there, what the hell's going on with those?
Okay, so our Milky Ways are what you. So you have what we basically call a Three Musketeer. Your Milky Way is completely nougat, whereas our Milky Way actually has caramel also in the center alongside the nougat.
It's a Mars bar.
It's a Mars bar.
Well, that's what you call it.
So do you have Mars bars in the States?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean,
they do not know.
Cool. So we've got Snickers. We've got,
which is a Mars bar with nuts.
So the candy chat is shooting up in the chat.
Yes.
Connor K saying M&M's are the best candy you can't beat on. Which kind of M&M's though?
We have quite a few over here.
Yeah, I mean, there's pretzel, there's caramel, there's
we can't get
fudge.
we can't get the caramel ones here.
Oh,
yes, we can. The salted caramel ones.
The salted caramel, but the original caramel ones we can't.
That's fair. No, I've not seen them.
Crispy ones are quite nice. I love the chocolate ones, lovely. Peanut ones, not a big fan of, but will eat.
You're wrong. You're wrong there, but that's fine.
I'm not a big fan of nuts.
Ironic. Really?
Dan Griffin saying Disney trick or treating is the best. He's clean on it as well, like I have. It's great fun.
Mm-hmm.
Just Connor K saying just the original, the chocolate one.
No, Connor. Branch out, son. Branch out. Get some crispy, get some salted caramel ones, and get the chocolate brownie ones.
Try the pretzel ones. Try the pretzel ones.
No, don't try them, because I can't try them, and I will be angry
Matt,
about
I'll bring you back a pack. I'll bring you back a pack. I'm going to come back with a suitcase full of snacks for Mag to try on stream. It's going to be like a care package.
Why are you bringing an empty suitcase? Don't ask any questions.
I asked Chris this while we were in Florida last time. Why are they selling suitcases here at Disney Springs? I found out why. Because people buy all the clothes while they're there.
Yeah.
Take them home with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why?
Just go with no clothes at all, but just book a suitcase for the return journey.
This is the thing. Go on. You're trying to get some words out here, but we're just going to go Caramax. Yes, Caramax. Yes, Mr. Chris. Caramax are the most underrated chocolate. Is it a chocolate technically?
Well, no, because it's milk solids.
It's definitely it's a candy. It's a candy. The Americans would call it for sure.
There is a new one out, Caramilk. I've not had one of them yet.
Oh, they're beautiful. They are beautiful, Mags. It tastes like Caramac, but it'd be by Cadbury. So
yeah, because I do like the dark milk.
You'll like that. You'll love that.
Because there's no edibles in it, mainly.
There's no edibles in it there. There's no edibles in it. No, just pure solid chocolate.
Well, it's cool that you got that merch, that swag from the Circuit of the Americas, because that's actually from my neck of the woods. It's from Austin. That's from Austin, and I've been down to the Circuit of the Americas with my father, and it's a very nice track, very good time.
Do you know why it's such a good track? Herman Tilke was kept the fuck away from it.
Oh, okay.
For us not in the know, who's Herman Tilke?
Herman Tilke is the and I'm quoting here, the expert that is brought in to design F1 circuits, and everyone is exactly the fucking same. It's like like
NASCAR.
No, worse than that. It's like you turn. You know how you go to like.
We've kicked off for the second half.
We are live once again.
In both our
well, go on. Fuck Herman Tilke. What about him? Wow, who designed the track then for the Circuit of the Los Americas?
I'm not entirely sure of the name of the gentleman. He was American though. Conrad Cave.
How dare you, Conrad?
How dare you, sir?
We invented that shit.
Yes, that's ours.
That's an OG UK snack.
They're cookie bottom with caramel and a chocolate covering. What it is actually?
We actually have a salted caramel version of them as well. And
we do. We also get a white chocolate one as well.
Salted caramel Twix. That's interesting.
With
I'll have to
the
look
white
up
chocolate one is
one.
not good.
It's
You
not to
have a
everyone,
white chocolate Twix.
but
Yeah.
they were limited edition. They weren't permanent.
And the white chocolate was not the best quality white chocolate. It was
I'm
more
going to remind you guys of the lineup.
tasteless.
On bottom of the screen.
Yes, lineups are scrolling down right underneath where Matt's screen is. Yeah, man, that's pretty cool, man.
So no changes for our teams aside from the substitution of Thiago Silva coming on for Reece James.
Herman Tilke's infamous. They're all very. You know how you used to find like when like the smaller clubs down the football pyramid were popping up out of town stadiums, and they were all like these identity kit things, all look exactly the same. No passion, no soulless boxes. That's what Tilke's Rome is. Literally, obviously, really good these like dynamic turns and like, but you can't fucking overtake.
So Monaco.
So you're saying that you need to do a Radio Tekkers racing show, is what I'm hearing.
It's almost. I'm hearing that, Tanner. I must admit.
I mean, that's what I'm
that.
hearing is that Matt is dying to do some racing coverage here for.
I
F1.
would be lying if I said that I hadn't had discussion with my good friend Zarte Siempre about possibly
Countdown winning. Zarte.
Countdown multiple times, like former champion of champions of Countdown.
Former champion of champions. Yes, very true.
Exactly.
That's
Tanner's that. What the fuck's Countdown?
No, I know what Countdown is. It's a spelling and
it's
mathematics show.
It's numbers and letters in America.
You just ripped the heart out of that show. It's all about spelling and maths.
They literally call it numbers and letters, Mags, in America.
No, I mean,
what the hell? It's Countdown. It's Richard Whiteley and
not so much now.
No, that's what.
Or her, either.
Well, no, Rachel Riley, who is always after a hard one.
Yeah, to the dickhead.
oh, what happened with her?
Well, she's an Arsenal fan. No,
she's a Man United fan.
Man United
She's a Man United
Sorry, I
fan.
apologize. Sorry, Arsenal fans.
Her football affiliation, I didn't even know that. It was more of a political leanings. She's always trying to bait people into anti-Semitism, and she's also claims a lot of anti-Semitism when there isn't any there. She reaches a hell of a lot.
I see. That's unfortunate.
She's very pretty, is why she gets so much attention.
Well,
it does help.
I know what
she is very intelligent. That's a problem.
Yeah, I know who Rachel Riley is, and I know
she's no Susie Dent.
No, she's not a lexicographer.
Susie Dent is rather.
She is a queen in these streets.
I mean,
is she from the North, Max?
No, in all the streets, every street. No. I don't. I mean, nobody that intelligent has ever been from the North.
I mean, I will give Rachel Riley this.
Patrick
what she
Stewart?
does with the numbers is pretty impressive.
Patrick Stewart, he's from Huddersfield.
I was being facetious, Matt. There are intelligent people up here in the North. Jesus.
I was going to say your good self, your good lady.
Well, I mean, Mrs. Mag's very intelligent. Me, as intelligent as a box of frogs.
He's doing this show here on a Saturday morning.
Correct.
And
that's how intelligent I am.
And
if you are just to watch a game with two teams I don't give a shit about.
And if you are joining us here on Radio Tekkers, welcome to our coverage. I am Matt, the magnificent Matt Willis, being joined by the Podfather Mags and, of course, the Tech Gentleman Tanner Pruitt.
Howdy.
We bring you alternative commentary to Manchester City versus Chelsea today, and we also have the Mags who got half an eye, if it's because they're awake. On the Man United Villa game.
The second half was actually kicked off and Villa actually on the attack. So Dan in the chat he is absolutely full of little stories like this.
I love.
I love
Dan's stories. It's just
so
fantastic.
he went to China with work in 2016. The food was amazing, but one of his colleagues was a picky eater, and all she moaned about for 8 days was not being able to get a Twix. The heathen. I mean, if you that bothered, why wouldn't you take a supply with you?
Yeah, I mean,
you can't take stuff into China.
Oh, I guess that would make because then
import
you would
laws.
that would be interesting.
But even so, you'd think that they'd have them there, wouldn't you?
But I mean, how bad is your Twix addiction to where you need to have one every
8 days. You
Well-
can't go 8 days without a Twix.
I've got to say, I used to eat penguins like they're going out of fashion, and I mean the
You
biscuit.
eat what?
Penguin bars.
Oh
Penguins.
God, I didn't hear the bars part. And you're like, I ate penguins for like every 4
And
days.
it was so delicious, I got an addiction.
I will say I love my penguins. They're my favourite animal. But also, how do you think Guinness? Why do you think there's so much Guinness in Antarctica? You know, terrible
Why?
joke. Our Murray joke.
Oh, okay.
We grind them up. They grind them up.
Wow. Now we're gonna have the PETA people, Matt. The PETA people are gonna be after my ass.
After
Well, your
Peter,
ass.
Peter, you can contact Radio Tekkers at the MatterTack UK with any of your complaints.
Yeah. Any concerns that you have about
I
penguins?
mean, we went
or
through this
any-
last week. Yeah, any issues.
Yes, if you got issues with your drive-through order, if you got issues with,
Also, the country of Ireland. If you were offended by Matt's Guinness
Max.
joke,
He's offended by Max, certainly.
Max Caster. If you were offended by Matt's joke about Guinness, please reach out to him at the Matt Attack UK. Here as somebody took a shot at the ball. I don't know who it was. It was Joao Cancelo, but then it deflects, and oh my goodness, he's actually scored this one. Amazing.
And we're getting it late.
yeah, Tanner, you're ahead of us, Tanner, now.
And it's bundled in. Absolutely bundled in. Yeah, you're
Absolutely.
actually ahead of us, Tanner.
You are now a good 20 seconds ahead of us.
Well, I'm at about almost 53 minutes here, and
Yeah, you are 30 seconds ahead of us, Tanner.
52 minutes and 50 seconds now. So if you want to fast forward,
I have. That is points for me then.
Gabriel Jesus.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, that Jesus has scored.
You
I thought
have
Cancelo
winged
scored.
this draft. You absolutely winged it.
Is that Cancelo's goal? Or was that Jesus'
No, it's
goal?
Jesus.
That's Jesus'
Then
goal.
I haven't. Okay, so you get the assist probably, but
Yeah, he had some great footwork, and believe it or not, he was actually in the center forward position when he scored it. Who'd have thunk it? That if you played
But
Gabriel
it-
Jesus,
It looks like the deflection may have come off Jorginho.
no Ballon d'Or for him. It may have been Christensen.
No player of the year.
Oh, goodness. Dan Griffin in the chat says, to put the dessert situation into context, our dessert we were served was a giant circular Rice Krispie treat topped with sprinkles and what we thought was icing. And that it was actually mayonnaise. Oh, my God.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my God.
That's
What?
in China.
Is it a war crime? That feels like a war crime.
They put mayonnaise on a Rice Krispie treat
With sprinkles.
That's
with sprinkles.
that's
With spring- That's illegal.
That's
illegal.
As a chef, I take offence to that. Conor came in the chat. Just turn the game. Is it still no?
No, it is.
No,
It is
it's-
Chelsea 0, City 1 in a very surprising turn of events here.
I mean, on banter play, it's not that surprising. I mean, it's more surprising that Jesus has actually found out where the goal is.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, there's no logical explanation for how that goal was scored.
No. But on terms of possession and shots, City should be in the lead.
That's literally what I
quite right
thought
they
when the
are.
goal went in. Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus.
Or Jesuit. Sorry, Jesuit. We thought Jesuit.
Just wait.
Jesuit Christ.
Just wait, Chris Jaw.
To be fair, that is up there. with
French
Voltaire.
International.
Dan adds more context to his horrific story, his war crime story. I was the first to take a big old bite. The chef was watching us and looked so proud. I had to no-sell it. Upside, there was all of my colleagues that had to take a piece. That is brilliant. I mean, no selling it. I could not have done that.
I don't think I
man
could
than
have.
me.
I don't think I could have either.
I
So
can just imagine Dan eating it, and then him and the
Going
chef
back for
making
seconds.
the chef making eye contact, and him just blankly staring down the chef.
Do you remember that scene in Friends where Rachel makes the trifle? And she made the trifle, and it's literally got a layer of minced beef with peas and onions in it. And she's like, how is it?
It's
It's good.
Doesn't Joey really appreciate that?
Joey
Because-
loves it.
Yeah.
He eats a lot.
He eats a lot. Like there.
But then
Fruit,
he also
good.
eats
Meat,
all
good.
he also eats all the ruined lasagna when
It's
she
true.
drops the ring in the lasagna.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, Joey, anything.
I will say,
Especially sandwiches.
I love a good trifle. I love a good trifle.
I'll make a banging trifle.
I like trifle. I just dislike fruit in trifle. I think that's an abomination.
So I make a fruit with fruit in it, mate. But
no, then you're wrong.
I
Never do that.
I don't like doing it for myself.
Lady fingers only.
I prefer to use a Swiss roll because I think it works better.
Oh, maverick.
Then angel
But-
fruitcake?
No,
but
the
I-
angel fingers.
But the reason, yeah, they call them lady fingers in America, yeah.
Mm.
But the only time I ever do like a fruit based trifle is if someone has like an allergy to the to wheat, then I would use fruit as the base instead.
No, anybody who puts fruit in a trifle should never be allowed to cook food again. So it's fine that you did it because obviously you don't cook much food, being
Yeah.
a doctor and also a microwave technician.
See, the fruit in the trifle here is very, very common, especially especially berries. Berries are very common in a trifle. Blueberries, strawberries, blackberries,
All delicious.
raspberries.
All delicious.
Yeah.
Not in trifle.
Well,
Oh, really? Just like an inch wide that shot as well.
And I will die on that hill.
all right. Well,
Max, to be fair, I agree with you.
So never do it again then.
When you told you have to do it by your boss,
Put the fruit in a bowl at the side.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I like it. I like the jelly to be just jelly. You know, custard on top, cream on top of that. Done.
Yep, and sprinkles and mayonnaise. Don't
Always-
forget the mayonnaise.
Always mayonnaise, and always sprinkles. Yeah.
Conte
then-
keeping the ball. Oh man,
Class A cherries.
N'Golo Conte's so good.
I'm not a glassy cherry man personally, but you can certainly do that. Yeah.
Romelu Lukaku trying to beat the City of Defense here.
What you can do is
crosses in.
put the fruit
Oh.
on top. You can put all that fruit you want to put in the jelly on the top. Bang.
Poor Tanner is really trying to concentrate on this game, and we're just absolutely no selling it.
Absolutely.
Do you like fruit with your trifle?
We're fully down. We're
No,
down
it doesn't
for
belong
things.
there.
One of these fruits doesn't belong here.
Sitting
And
out,
breaking 2-on-2.
breaking out De Bruyne, and the Chelsea defense just opens up and lets him through.
Referee's not put
What
the
a
flag
good
up.
ball.
The flag goes up now after Mendy makes the save. What's the point of it? I don't like that.
No.
It's such a weird situation.
I hate that rule. I hate it with all my passion.
I mean,
There's-
especially you know
there's
he's
no
blatantly
reason for it.
off. I mean, you
Oh
can
yeah,
see
he's,
the
he's
mile
off
off
by a
here.
long way, and he's the only option for De Bruyne. The ref could have easily just said, "Nah."
It just seems like a waste of time for the ref not to just stop play. Why does the ball have to suddenly not the balance of play have to shift for it to mean the ball can stop? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I will say great save from Mendy.
Thomas Tuchel's talking to his younger son Kai Havertz here on the side.
And they bring it
Remind
off
me the joke
Kante.
here.
No,
No, it's just
Havertz for Kante. This is it's much more attacking play.
yeah. Kante his passing has not been to the level of Kante, and it shows that that Tuchel has no issue with making big decisions.
Making the big move for sure. And let's not forget, of course, Kai Havertz was the man who got Chelsea the winner against Man City in the last time these people met, which was right here on Tekkers, actually, in the Champions League final.
Which you can find in the archive if you like to go back and listen to watch-alongs of matches that have already happened.
I think that may have been on Shooting the Sports Ish.
Oh yeah, don't look for that.
But
Only joking. It is in the archives.
It's also on the archives, audioly on digital media as well.
that's true. You can hunt down that episode.
And thank you, by the way, to everybody who does go back and re-watch these watch-alongs as well, because
Yeah.
it is brilliant to who
Oh,
arrived
and
late.
City are away now.
Oh, what a touch from Mendy!
Oh.
Off the line!
Cleared off the line. Wow.
Thiago Silva is
And
a
that's why they
boss.
brought him. That's why they signed him.
And that's why
What?
they brought him on.
How did Chelsea get away with signing him for free when nobody else was hunting him down?
Nobody was chasing him. That's mental.
What a leader of men. And you could hardly tell that he's in his mid to late 30s.
No, he looks like he's got another 5 years easily.
He's got maybe 10.
I think it helped the fact.
He's just that smart.
I think what was helpful along his game is he was playing in a farmers league.
Oh, good lord, good lord, man!
Oh, jeez.
I'm not even sorry.
I think
you're not. I'm sure.
I think he's just a brilliant professional footballer. I think
Absolutely he is.
If you were a young and upcoming defender, there's not many better people to emulate than someone like Thiago Silva.
There are certainly a lot worse people.
I mean, you can see it. You can see it in Rudiger. You can see it in Christensen. I mean, he even makes Azpilicueta a better defender somehow. Mm-hmm. It's crazy what Thiago Silva is capable of.
Yeah, I mean, and anytime you bring in a player of that caliber, he's always going to up the game of the players around him.
Kai
And
Havertz
it's
to
level.
Lukaku.
And Lukaku. And it's been ruled off, it looks like.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Wow.
They're going to look at it. They're going to look at it.
They need to go and look at that because
that looked close.
That looked close. Kai Havertz Kai's way offsides.
Way off. That's a good call, Landsman.
Wow.
A really good call.
But as a reminder, Man City, stay away because they will come at you.
Especially now they've got Havertz, Lukaku, and Werner all on the pitch.
It did not take very long for Kai Havertz to make an impact there, even though he was
Absolutely.
offside.
And that was, I warned him.
You warned.
I mean, Thomas, he did tell you. I mean, sorry, Pep, he did tell you. It's on your own head, be it. Just nip into the Man United game for a little second.
Little segue here.
Yeah, it's still 0-0. Villa have had the majority of the ball in this second half. Not really created a lot of it, but Man United are on the attack now. Ronaldo squares it to the edge of the box. Shot by Pogba, just over.
Mm-hmm.
Still 0-0.
Thiago Silva again stepping in.
Jorginho looking to start something here for Chelsea. Just give the ball to Havertz. It seems to be working wonders in his first couple of minutes on the pitch.
Mm. Big Dave trying to find
again.
Lukaku. Ooh, free kick.
That looks like a free kick there.
Yeah, given, yeah.
Free
And
kick.
it's a booking.
The booking. And is that for DS?
No, that's Imrek Laporte.
I mean, he did have a hell of a lot of hold on. He's protested it as well, but he had a hell of a lot of hold on Lukaku there. He German suplexed him in the first half. How can he not? How can he not expect a booking there?
He took him down like Boogs took down Aziz on SmackDown last night.
Look at that WWE reference.
Goodness. I don't know if you can get much better than Omega and Danielson though this week. That was
It's on my back at my moment.
amazing.
Oh, here we go.
I can't say why yet.
I think it's. I'm going to predict it's because it's giving away a pay-per-view level match on a
weekly show.
On a weekly show. Is that close? Look at your no selling, Matt. Stop that.
It was
Kablam.
as if it was
Kablam.
it was as if you handed him a mayonnaise Rice Krispie.
Full of sprinkles. The sprinkles bit is still throwing.
That is now a thing, by the way.
That's almost like they were trying to piss off the foreigners. Like, we'll make it look like it's whipped cream.
That was remind me
covering it with sprinkles.
Alonso
with a free kick.
Deflected.
and it deflected out for a corner.
De Bruyne was going mental at his team then.
There is video footage of me eating sushi in Disney World for the first time, and Chris cut it off.
Where?
Disney World.
Oh.
Because they had the festival of food,
Yes.
the Food and Wine Festival.
Yes.
And I
was just there 2 years ago for the Food and Wine Festival.
2 years ago. So was I. Fantastic. Would have been like
So
exactly
Tanner
the
has
same
probably
time.
seen Matt and thought he's going for sushi. I'm fucking off for some tacos.
Oh, good
Yeah,
ball in.
I'm going to
Alonso.
Mexico.
When did you go, Tad? That's me asking.
I think it was September.
Oh, just before me.
Yes. Yes.
Well, anyway,
Me, the wife, my brother-in-law, his wife, and my mother and father-in-law. So we
oh
all
my God, there was 6 more offside there. Indeed.
And Hamilton has just taken Paul.
Well, to be fair, qualifying is the first part of qualifying. The first part of qualifying is just happening now. In fact.
Oh my God.
I had a point to make here. Yes, Chris has got video footage of me trying it. However, he cut it off before I predicted I vomited.
So you didn't like sushi?
No.
What
You
sushi
didn't
was
like the Disney sushi?
And I picture that's what the Rice Krispie with mayonnaise tasted like.
What sushi was it?
It was tuna and salmon in the same piece. One end was salmon, one end was tuna. Tuna wasn't too bad. One part was salmon.
Was it a roll?
Usually they have some kind of
Like a California roll.
I think so. Yeah.
okay. Well, so those have cream cheese in them.
Yeah, it's foul.
Just all right.
I mean, I think sushi is really nice.
Yeah.
Apart from the fish sauce, I don't vibe with the fish
sauce
sauce.
is not good enough.
Fish
I'm definitely going to try more different things because my taste buds have changed last year.
Uh-huh.
So
I mean, as a
try
chef,
again.
you should be doing that.
Yeah, what I said was there.
Surely, unless you're
There's
so
some-
in your lane that I am a chef of all English foods.
No,
But I think I
Sorry.
tried.
a bit of toast and baked beans for me. That's all I need.
There's certain
nothing
things
else.
I don't. There's something I hate baked beans. There's certain things I don't like the taste of, though, Tanner, and you can accept that. So you
No,
don't like the taste of.
I can definitely relate for sure. There's
Absolutely.
definitely
So-
American foods that
so
I'm just like,
I
what,
tr-
what
so
are,
I
what are
was-
we doing here with this?
So I was trying some certain things. I tried sushi for the first time, but I thought, I'm here. I'm going to give it a try. I tried it. Wasn't for me. However, my taste buds have changed because of COVID, so I'm going to try it again.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And,
So-
this time, I make sure Chris leaves the camera rolling.
So when you go to Disney next time, and
So,
you go to Epcot, if you can try Italy and try Germany. Yeah.
I've tried both. Love them.
Apart from sauerkraut, don't try that because that's horrible.
Yeah, the sauerkraut's not.
In Germany, they do amazing school bread, and it's absolutely delicious.
School bread, like bread for school.
They call it school bread. It's
That's what
it's
you
hard
eat
to
on your way.
describe.
I'm sure.
It's hard to describe. It's like this really sweet iced cake, basically
Oh,
like a
look.
donut.
Okay, like kind of like panettone.
Sort
So-
of, but they call it school bread. Yeah.
So Connor in the chat is saying that people
Pet
who
is absolutely fuming.
He's
He's just
so
thrown something on the
frustrated.
floor. Jesus Christ.
yeah he's
Um,
mad.
Apologies for that, watching the game and not interrupting the food talk.
No, it's
Let's
okay.
get back to it.
Conor
okay.
McCabe in the chat. you were saying.
Connor is threatening the people who've invented cream cheese and sour cream. I'll take up the defense here. I think cream cheese is awfully nice. I think it has
Yes.
an applicable use. Sour cream is a little bit more difficult, but I mean, what else would you use with nachos, or what else would you expect to find in your Taco Bell if not for sour cream? So
No, I had Taco Bell.
well,
So essentially, Connor, that's a bad hill to die on, sir.
yeah. I don't
Cream,
know.
I'm late.
I'm going to defend cream cheese. Cream cheese is fine.
Up until
Sour
the-
cream, you might have a bit more of an argument with.
I didn't like cream cheese until January, and then literally, like someone has changed my taste buds overnight. It was ridiculous. I'm bored of most cream cheeses now. Sour cream, it is very much a case of I will have it if it's there.
I mean,
But-
the thing with cream cheese is it's so
Kovacic.
Oh,
In
Ruben
the-
Diaz there, blocking Kovacic.
yeah. The thing with cream cheese is it's so inoffensive and it's essentially just a base for other flavors.
Yeah.
Indeed, I use it in me in my cheesecakes.
They so there's a bagel company here called Einstein Bagels, and
Oh.
they have they do different like cream cheeses. and one of them is an almond honey cream cheese, and it is, it's a delight. I love it.
Almond honey.
Almond honey.
I
cream
imagine
cheese.
that's very sweet.
It's very sweet. It's very sweet. So you should only really have it on a plain bagel or something maybe a little bit earthy, perhaps.
Maybe some cinnamon, mate. Maybe a cinnamon duck bagel.
Maybe some cinnamon, especially if you're going for more of a dessert.
Oh, what a
vibe.
bowl over the top, and
Ooh.
Edison watches that back.
Yeah, it's ushered by Ederson.
And
Timo
tries
Werner
to
tries to make it
release
look
the
like
ball
he's going to
quickly.
do something, but he doesn't.
You really don't like Timo Werner, do you?
I find him to be an oddly expensive, useless player.
Hannah, we can't talk. We signed Andy Carroll.
We did.
And
We did.
Thiago.
Well, wow. Now you're just trying to get on to Matt.
Yeah.
I ain't touching that one.
I was just trying to goad an argument.
You know, you get an argument from me on that one. Thiago has been much better this season.
So Tyrone Mings has just had a shot. Great save by De Gea. Comes out and Man United get rid of the ball. Straight onto the attack. Ronaldo running for, I think it's Ronaldo. Oh no, it's Greenwood. He's now supported by Ronaldo. Takes it all on his own. And now there's 5 Aston Villa defenders back, and Greenwood's shot goes well wide. He should have passed that ball at least 3 times then to Ronaldo. That was ridiculous.
Ooh, Kevin De Bruyne.
Kevin De Bruyne has just put a ball into the upper deck at Craven Cottage.
He's also not playing like himself. If N'Golo Kante wasn't having a good game, Kevin De Bruyne does not seem to be having a very good game.
For context, by
He's
the way,
been off the boil for quite a while, though.
This is true.
For people who are new to the English Premier League, Craven Cottage is Fulham's ground, which is playing in a different division from Chelsea.
And it's also owned by the Khan family, who have said that they'll be bringing an AEW show there sometime next year.
Wow.
That'll be the most fans they've had in about a decade.
Do they still have the Michael Jackson statue outside of the ground?
I believe it's been moved.
I feel as though that's a good idea because of the allegations.
He was found not guilty, Tan. I remind you, for legal reasons, he was found not guilty.
Man United quickly try and thread the ball through to
Grealish,
Pogba.
Consejo.
I mean, Trump was also found not guilty twice. So...
Yeah, that was my jury though.
That was just he decided he wasn't guilty.
Yeah,
or the Senate helped him decide that he was
exactly.
Yeah,
whereas Mr. Jackson was found not guilty by a jury of his peers.
And hasn't there been some Trump news in your state of Texas that recently that he ordered an audit, even though he has no legal power anymore, and the Texas state have said, okay, then we will audit for you, sir.
He demanded an audit for 4 counties, despite already winning the state of Texas during the election, and so I'm not really quite sure what his aim is for here.
No idea. He's just such a drain on the public funds.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a drain on the soul of America. Yeah. I mean, when we were this isn't more Disney talk, unfortunately. Whilst we were there last time, they put the
unfortunately. Why is it unfortunate?
Well,
Disney talk?
I'd rather talk about Disney than Trump, to be quite honest with you.
Because I'm talking about Trump. While we're at Disney last time, of course, they have the whole. But yes, actually,
he was in the Mickey Mouse costume, and he never took it off all the way through his presidency.
well, one could argue. But he actually was there. Because the Hall of Presidents is there.
Oh yes, the Hall of Presidents.
And you got this weird obsession with your patriotism, which means that when we went to the America Pavilion at Epcot, you actually got a thing about the history of America and the Civil War and all that. It's all very fascinating.
Yeah.
But I was tired, so I napped for half an hour. So. But the Hall of Presidents has got a wax. I believe it's a waxwork or a model head of the of every president, and some have vocal lines that are said.
And Trump's was just fake news.
Well, it's usually like hello, I am the blah 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 president of America, as in 43rd, 44th, and it's usually whoever is sitting as president at the time has their one vocal. I'm hoping that they've melted his down. But at the same time,
they keep everybody's.
They
so, I mean,
do.
Yeah.
They do. So they're not going to melt him down, obviously. But I hope they remove his speaking role.
Yeah, I mean, whenever there's a new president, they switch it out for the new one. So it would effectively be switched out for
Mr. Biden.
Joe Biden. Yes.
If they can keep him awake long enough.
Oh
to
my
record
god! Oh my goodness! I have some breaking news for you guys. This is not for related, but breaking news. Tyler, the button, please.
Ah, yes, breaking news. Breaking news.
The stalling.
Yes, Matthew. Breaking news?
Wow. Breaking news from Russia. For the first time in 8 years, we have a McLaren on pole position for a Grand Prix.
I'm sure it's very important. I'm sure it's very important. I just find it so funny that you keep the tease for this.
I know, that was dick teasing. That's what we in the North call dick teasing.
To be fair, it's also the first one for UK superstar Lando Norris.
Oh, okay.
Lando Norris
is on pole.
is on pole with Carlos Sainz for Ferrari alongside.
In a McLaren, apparently.
Yes.
Ah, well.
More food talk. Thank you, Dan.
Breaking news: Dan is eating a sandwich.
The inevitable Matt Willis racing show is very close.
I so need to bring it back, don't I? Yeah, just for context, by the way, George Russell also qualified Hamilton by 1.5 seconds.
Oh, really? So where's Max?
Last.
Did he? He's starting the race from last.
Yes.
No.
Oh,
So
that's not good.
He changed his engine before qualifying, so they decided to not run in qualifying.
Okay. So he's going to see if he can plough through the field.
And if it's where it was today, he will literally plough through the field.
So I tried, Matt, but I cannot find a picture of Robo Trump from Disney. So
Good.
Yeah.
Don't now in the immortal words of Jane Douglas, yes, I will be immediately deleting my internet history. So your wife say, why did you search for Robo Trump?
For Robo?
So Tanner may not be able to find it, but I've certainly found the Robo Trump. Let me just.
Yeah, I thought I took like a picture personally of it, but I mean,
Apology.
Oh right, okay, fair enough.
But if you want to actually show everybody what the Trump robot looks like from Disney, then I mean, be my guest.
Yeah, what you're doing now is reply to Dan Given. Absolutely, Yoss the boss is an absolute nutcase.
Yeah. So here we go. That's the let me fix the overlay here. There you go. That's Robo Trump.
Which one is the fixed one? Because this one on the left looks like he's had a stroke, but then the one on the right looks like an imposter.
I think you can tell by the way that the cheeks are. The one on the right, it looks more like him. Yeah.
I mean, the one on the left looks like a Donald Trump trying to smuggle food into a place by holding it in his cheeks like a squirrel.
Yes,
he is an ugly, ugly man.
Well, we've actually significantly lost viewer count since bringing up Donald Trump, so we should probably
we apologize for that.
Probably bring it down a bit.
Yes. I'd also like to mention that Kevin De Bruyne has been substituted for Riyad Mahrez.
Yeah. Oh goodness.
And it looks like Danny Ings has been subbed for Aston Villa.
Ooh, is it? And it's still
So-
0-0.
Yeah, it's 0-0. Buendia has come on.
Ooh, that'll be interesting. Buendia's a very good player.
Sold by Norwich to Villa for a lot of money this summer as well.
Mhm.
Yet to really hit the ground running, I feel.
He's certainly not doing an Arvin Tony, is he? He's been superb this season.
I'm going to leave that one later.
Brentford, of course, playing Liverpool here after this game. Matt, any thoughts on the outcomes, perhaps? Predictions?
I've not just the Brentford game, but I also want to go through the other fixtures that are happening this afternoon in about an hour's time. I'd like to go through them game by game. We might do it after the final whistle quite quickly for those ones. If we have Brentford Liverpool, I expect Liverpool to come away with points. Way Brentford are playing, I feel that it's important to not lose that game. I would take I would take a point minimum, obviously. But at the same time, if Liverpool don't win that one 2 or 3-0, the form they're in, there will be questions asked, even if they're not necessarily deserved.
So as it stands, a point would just take you back to the top, with Man United being currently top, and then City in third.
Yeah, with Chelsea.
Great save by Mendy.
Ooh, Mendy. Wow.
Grealish was 1-on-1 and it's a great save. And Chelsea now breaking here. City diving and he just danced past 2 of them. Fantastic. Chelsea are finishing strongly here.
Ooh.
And then a good take by Edison.
Yeah, Edison claimed that really well. In
Really,
the other
really
game,
well.
it's Aston Villa putting Man United to the sword, but Man United has 6 men so far back in the box. Villa are unable to break down Man United, but they still have the ball.
I'd missed it was Loftus-Cheek.
Oh.
It was Loftus-Cheek who I thought it was. He came on for Jorginho.
Again, another player who's had a very poor game.
I did miss him coming on now. I do apologise, people.
Oh, no way. That's devastating for Villa.
Is it a goal for Man United?
No. I couldn't see the player who went down, but it looked like it may be Ollie Watkins. But essentially, no, I don't think it is Watkins. It might be Buendia. No, it's Ezri Konza, I think. Essentially, Villa were on the attack. They had Man United's defence spread wide. Basically the attack were looking to line up a shot, laid it off to Konza. Konza went down in a heap. The ball went past him, and yeah, that could have been a great finish.
Still time, 5 to play in both games here. Of course, don't forget, of course, we're not covering the game, but our massive, massive game Tuesday night, PSG versus Man City.
Yes, back in Europe.
Mm-hmm. And a small game Wednesday night. We might cover Juventus Chelsea. We might cover that one, Max. What do you think?
Let's talk about it.
We'll talk about it later, sort of thing. We'll talk about it later. You see, I wasn't able to do last Wednesday. I really was looking forward to doing West Ham Man United. I didn't get time to do it.
Very dismissive by Mags.
Absolutely.
No, I was on the spot then. That's all. It was. I'm not saying that it's not doable.
Let's talk about
I will have to consult my schedule.
Why don't we talk about it?
We will absolutely talk about it for sure.
There's also Man United versus Villarreal that day.
Mm-hmm. That could actually be more.
That might be better.
That was.
It might be a better game. To be pretty honest,
that might be better. Yeah, because Juventus has not looked entirely impressive this season so far in Serie A, and then Chelsea. I mean, we're seeing what Chelsea's able to do here. They're a very good team, but it's very much.
And we've watched a lot of Chelsea over the last couple of weeks. We don't want to be. We like
channel.
to. Yeah, we like to be for the neutrals.
Yeah.
Indeed. Conor McCabe in the chat saying, did you guys see the QPR Everton game midweek? That game was fantastic in the EFL Cup. QPR knocked them out 8-7 on penalty. It was a ridiculous match. And ridiculous. And here comes Sterling.
Yeah, Sterling and Fernandinho.
Bruno Fernandes claims for a penalty in the United game. Yeah, it's not a penalty. He was just bullied off the ball. But again, still 0-0.
It's like Sterling's come off a phone. Who's now got rid of his stupid
It's
hair.
Fernandinho has come on for Foden. I think Sterling is on more for Grealish.
Whoops.
Looks like. I mean, even though City are winning this game, none of the midfield have really kind of have been very impressive. I mean, the goal was luck, a lot of luck by Jesus. Oh, sorry, Jesuit. Apologies, apologies, Gabriel.
Oh, they say in France, I sue.
Jesuit.
Yeah, Weezoo.
It's going to get further and further warped until we were talking about wasabi or something, isn't it?
Chelsea on the attack here, long ball.
Oh, they down well.
To Lukaku.
To be fair, now they got Lukaku, they can do that sort of ball.
Short throw in, whipped in.
Oh!
I mean, if you've got two strikers like Lukaku and Werner, why is Werner on the wing?
Dude,
Werner should be in the middle, fighting for those balls.
Great ball in, though, isn't it?
I mean,
Yeah, it was really well whipped in.
You would suppose that Kai Havertz
And again, Laporte holding Lukaku down. That's a penalty.
Yes.
There's a gentleman.
Oh, sorry, apologies, Ruben Diaz, but it's still it's a penalty. He was holding Lukaku down by the neck.
Yeah,
Lukaku wasn't complaining. I said, what saved him there, to be fair, Diaz.
There seemed to be a Chelsea supporter at the home end that suffers from gynecomastia.
Man, by all accounts, the Man United fans are screaming for Cavani, and he has now come on.
He's on the pitch yet.
Yeah, have they needed him?
He's only been involved in one thing because obviously I'm sad watching it. He's only been involved in one chance and he didn't really make contact with anything. But yeah, he's been lively from what I've seen of him.
Connor in the chat is saying that if you want a hot take, he doesn't think that Manchester United will make it past the group stage in the Champions League.
I mean, is that much of a hot take? They've got a tough group. They struggled against Villarreal last season. Atlanta's a big game, and they couldn't beat Young Boys. So I don't think that's much of a hot take.
I think it really sounds really bad that they may not couldn't beat Young Boys. And if they are a young team,
Ooh.
Acrobatics here.
Ooh, Ederson really risking life and limb here.
Was he outside his area?
And he's doing the old, I better pretend I'm injured as well, so the ref doesn't book me.
Kai Havertz also on the floor here. This could be...
That's in the box. That looks like it was Kai Havertz that was the aggressor there. Punch of the ball. I think it's definitely 6 of 1.5 dozen of the other, but Ederson does make contact with the ball, and it's the shoulder charge that takes Havertz out. I have a feel that
Havertz wasn't onside.
He was onside.
As Palaqueta arguing with the ref, and the ref saying no penalty. Stop talking out of your buttocks.
4 minutes of time lost.
Oh gosh, Kai Havertz does not have it that bad. I mean, maybe Ederson is big and bulky and whatnot with his shoulders.
Ederson stood up, saw that Kai Havertz was down, and then went down. Ederson's injury is fraudulent.
Oh goodness.
Mags, you've had half an hour and things at Old Trafford while we're waiting for the game to resume here. Is there any sign of a goal coming from Aston Villa?
Not from Villa. Oh yeah, from Villa. They've got a corner now. I thought that was a. I saw Cavani in the box and I thought it was a. It's actually a goal. You actually nailed it, Matt. Corner.
No way.
Yeah, and then definitely the legal stream has just frozen, but Aston Villa scored off the corner.
Oh, that's a tasty one. That's changed things massively at the top of the table.
So both Manchester teams potentially going down today.
It's House who got the header.
Manchester City are winning, Tanner.
Oh yeah, sorry, I've lost total interest in what's going on.
So as it stands, Man City go above Manchester United.
If my math is correct here, do correct me if I'm wrong here, Matt.
No, I don't think so.
This will put Liverpool top the table without playing.
Correct. That is
because they're golden for the change now.
Let me get a table.
Chelsea were top on alphabetical order before the game started.
So Liverpool are top, City go second, Chelsea are third, and Manchester United drop down to fourth as it stands now. Brighton drop out of the top four.
For now, of course, for now. So Liverpool are the winners of what's happened so far.
I know. After all the grief I gave you Liverpool fans for saying that you'll be the winners of this result, you actually are. You and City.
Yeah.
And Villa will climb into seventh.
What's the goal like, Meg? So
it was a corner whipped in to House with a flash header, and yeah, it was De Gea easily beat.
Yeah, Mags, how beautiful was the goal? Was it quite beautiful? Was it pretty?
It was okay. It was a corner to a header.
Does it send chills down your spine every time you see the replay?
No.
Well,
a little bit. It sends tingles, I suppose.
And City breaking.
But that may also be a stroke.
I will say.
May also just be.
I will
is that
say
buttered toast I smell?
It might be the smell of onions. It reminded me of the smell of the neighbour cooking onions. It was on par with that, I'd say.
Oh, it actually happened yesterday again. I walked through my kitchen and I was like, I'm not cooking anything, but I sure smell something.
I would go to your neighbour, bang on the door and say, stop fucking cooking onions, or at least get an extractor fan whilst you are cooking those onions.
So if my memory is correct, Max, this is Courtney House's first start of the season.
Mm-hmm. And first goal.
Oh, is that a cheeky foul there on Dave in the box?
I don't think so.
No, I didn't think it was either, but he thought it was.
And Edison is helping with cramp. That is awesome.
What an awesome.
The irony that Kemba had cramp in the last game that we covered for Chelsea game anyway.
So it looks like Man United have a penalty.
What?
I'm obviously got no sound here, so it was whipped in. Cavani gets the head, and House has suddenly turned villain because the ball hits his hand.
Oh, that's terrible.
And it looks like the penalty may be given. Yep. So, what a bittersweet time for Courtney House. He's absolutely devastated.
I think I see something ahead of you, Mags, in the game.
Oh, well, don't say anything. You can act surprised. Oh, why are they looking down the tunnel? Is there going to be a fight? There's looking...
It's Daniel Bryan.
It's heated.
It's Bryan Danielson.
It's the final countdown.
It's the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
Kablam!
Kablam! You know what's all about the...
Kablam!
Kablam.
Well, do you think Brewer fans are going to take it?
No, there's a lot of Cavani pushing Emi Martinez back to the goal. The referee telling Diogo Dalot to get away. Douglas Luiz actually having to be dragged away by a Man United player.
This is typical Man United, though, man, isn't it?
So
penalty at the last minute.
The prancing pony, Bruno Fernandes taking the penalty. Martinez dancing on his line.
Yeah.
just kind of vision of a missile has been thrown on the Chelsea
And
pitch.
oh wow, Fernandez has put the ball way over,
You're joking.
way over.
It's full time
Woof.
at the Bridge. Chelsea 0, Man City 1. Still playing at Old Trafford. Mags, to keep your better situation.
Oh, I mean, it's not far from hitting the bar, but woof, that went for some distance. Oh, in front of his home crowd as well. You absolute wet wipe, Bruno Fernandes.
You know
Jesus Christ.
You know what's funny is that earlier this week, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was complaining to the media about how Klopp complained about Manchester United's penchant for getting penalties. The time that they do get a penalty that he asks for through the media, they miss it.
I mean, to be fair to the penalty, it was a fair penalty.
I mean, fair enough. I'm just saying.
But it's good to see that Corny House's day in the sun hasn't been ruined by that. He's essentially got away with it.
Yeah, I was going to say that the obvious newspaper article will say a headline "Safe as houses," but after that, I wasn't quite sure it was going to be the case.
Villa trying to bring the ball away from the box now. Hacked away by Man United. Man United still keeping it going. They've got about 90 seconds of the extra time to go here on my stream. Martinez with a safe pair of hands from Greenwood.
Someone on Twitter just mentioned that they're at Chelsea Man City and they've just seen Bruno's penalty go across the stadium.
And I bet they were laughing. I wonder if they're using the same legal stream that I'm using.
No, they're just going to go over the top of Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, it's going over the bridge.
Literally. So it's literally like 400 miles away, and it's cleared their stadium as well.
So
Man City must have just heard that because Phil Foden is walking off like he's got the cream.
Mm-hmm. The cream cheese, perhaps.
Indeed, the cream cheese, indeed.
And the City fans are absolutely
Fascist.
rampant here. Yeah, that is also that.
They are. There's some hand gestures that are a little bit interesting. Not saying that anybody's making them, but it looks odd. City,
And
looks,
also, a lot of City players have took the shirt off and slapping each other very, very manly. Oh, he's giving that shirt specifically to somebody.
Oh, what a nice guy. No, but in all seriousness, Chelsea and City fans are I'm sure, great for what they do here. Very excited for the City fans. City players look rejuvenated after this game. Chelsea fans, not Chelsea fans, but the Chelsea players themselves look almost crushed.
So that's Chelsea's first defeat of the season, of course.
Chelsea's first defeat of the season. Chelsea's looking. I mean, the players look pretty, defeated. They seem like they've got their heads kind of down on this one. So I don't know if they just felt hard done by the result or.
They have no right to feel hard done by the result because City had 60% of the possession, 15 shots to Chelsea's 5, 4 on target to Chelsea's 0. Corners were 4 for Chelsea, 13 for City. So City have dominated this game, whilst the score and watching the match was not. It wasn't a really dominant performance in terms of stats. It's been pretty much all City.
Yeah,
indeed, and that actually perfectly teased me up, Max, then to ask you and Tanaven for your man of the match.
Ooh.
Tanner,
there was so many sloppy performances out here by so many players that it's hard to give a proper man of the match. I would say
Mac, then.
Just on effort alone.
Thanks for that.
Right. Go ahead, Max.
Go on. You finish your point.
I was just going to say, just on effort alone, I would almost give it to Antonio Rudiger. Just from the eye test that I saw, he took part in a bunch of very important saves that kept Chelsea in the game and bullied a lot of the attack that City provided. He just wasn't in the right place, at the right time to block the goal that Gabriel Jesus scored.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. He, especially in the early parts of the first half, he was like a tank.
Yeah.
But I have to agree with you, though. The first point that you made, that nobody really comes out of this game smelling of roses. If I were to give a man of the match, I could consider Edison because he kept a clean sheet, but he didn't really have anything to do. And the only time he was really brought into play was when he feigned an injury just so he didn't give away a penalty.
Standing over David Azpilicueta, helping
Yeah.
him stretch. Come on,
Yeah.
Dave. The game's almost over. Stop faking it.
So for me, it's got to be between Gabriel Jesus or Lukaku, because on the Chelsea side, I think Lukaku was the brightest. He was the one who was trying to push Chelsea for attacking, or even I could say Havertz coming on for the few minutes that he was on. He looked bright, he looked incisive, but I think I'm going to, and it's going to hurt me saying this, I'm giving it to Gabriel Jesus just because he scored a goal.
Yeah, he scored the goal. That's
the
Matt?
only reason.
What about you, Matt? Man of the match.
For me, it's a man who was bright throughout the game. He was good defensively. He was great going forward. Got his assist. My one is very simply Wow Cancelo.
Oh,
Interesting.
Hey, there you go. Interesting calls here all the way around by everybody here as we watched this this game, which was a little bit Matt's hilarious.
Peeping over the wall.
But no, two very interesting results there.
Yeah, and Dan kind of nails it in the chat, and it's what you guys said earlier in the stream. Everything just went so nicely for Liverpool without having to play. Liverpool climbed the table, have now got a game in hand on both the rivals.
And now they're playing recently promoted Brentford.
They couldn't ask for better.
Which on paper should be a very easy victory.
They couldn't ask for better afternoon, really. They couldn't ask for it, but nothing's written on paper, of course. Let's go through the other games that are happening this afternoon, gentlemen, before we go off the air. Oh, okay.
Okay,
go ahead. Man.
Everton Norwich. Everton obviously come off the back of the defeat in the midweek, of course, and Norwich desperate to get on the board here.
As a Burnley fan, I want an Everton victory, clearly, because I don't want to go rock bottom of the league. But I think there's enough talent in that Everton side that they should win this game. The only issue is the fitness of Rondon. He looks so tired when he's played. Obviously, Helen Rodriguez is now not a factor anymore.
Yeah,
she's off. She's off to Qatar to get her breast implant sorted. Good luck there, Helen.
I'd say it was double face palm, fantastic. Yeah, Everton need this result. Norwich need a result. I hate Norwich. I hate Everton. I can't lose out of this one. 5-5.
Wow.
5 goals apiece.
I just want to see a great game from two teams I hate.
Yeah, make me want to watch you, guys. Make me want to watch you. Leeds v West Ham. This is
I'm
fight.
so looking forward to this game.
This is a fight during which a football match will break out. In years gone by, it would have been, of course. I dare say, and if you're going to the game and you listen to this on the way, welcome. Do please behave yourselves, West Ham fans and Leeds fans, because
Screw
Matt
it, have
said
at each
so.
other.
Yes, I said so. Absolutely. It should be a good game, though, as you say, Hannah.
Oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a very interesting tactical battle. Whereas Marcelo Bielsa, is very inventive and has set up his team in quite a very good way. Whereas what's his name?
David Moyes.
David Moyes. He's very he
is the chosen one. Remember, twice by West Ham.
Apparently, he has a very particular style himself. But
getting a lot out of Mikel Antonio.
Yes, both teams are very physical, and that's what I'm going to be very much looking forward to is seeing
Yes.
these teams tear each other apart.
Indeed. Speaking of tearing teams apart, Leicester Burnley.
Mags, come on now. Let's talk about this one.
I have to say, and I've said this before the game started, off air, I said this, Burnley to win 2-0.
Yeah, and this would be the right time to get Leicester. Their form has been pretty much dropping like a stone, with a couple of losses on the bounce. Burnley had a good performance in the cup, and got a lot of goals, which will be something that'll be that should pep the players up. Cornet, when he came on, I thought he was bright, so hopefully he'll. I don't think he's made the starting lineup. I think it's still Vidra and Wood, but hopefully he'll get on and brighten the players up. But yeah, this could be the start of Burnley's season, hopefully.
Leicester needing big things.
Yeah.
Tanner, your thoughts?
I feel as though the Burnley players will bring clubs to the field to back away the Wizards of Leicester, who will be trying to perform magic on the field. Are
you watching Lord of the Rings whilst?
Or the fifth Harry Potter film or something?
No, I feel like I feel like Burnley. If Burnley play to the potential that we all know that they can, I think that they can really frustrate this Brendan Rodgers Leicester side. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I would actually agree with you here, Matt. I would expect that Burnley can start their season here today by taking a very sizable scalp here in Leicester City.
Because of course they lost against Villa, of course, last week, three quick goals, and then they also got their trousers pulled down in midweek, didn't they, as well? So. But they need a result here badly, but Burnley are fighting already for their lives, and Burnley will be fine, Mags. They will be fine. I said it last year, they will be again.
Well, I will hold you to that at the end of the season. And
I was right last year. No,
we'll have to have fisticuffs.
I said no, man. Watford Newcastle again should be
fun. It should be a fun game.
Well, will it be though? Because Newcastle got a good result last week by getting a draw against Leeds.
Yeah,
but
they're a one-man team. They're a one-man team.
They are St. Maximum, yeah.
Yeah, well,
and
even they do have other players. They have a lot of decent talent. I mean, but it's so like the team management with Steve Bruce is just so weird. Mm-hmm. It's even come down to the point where one of the assistant managers really seems to be actually, making cultural changes within the dressing room and actually like inspiring the players to do better. Even going so far as arguing with Steve Bruce on the touchline. So you've got it's kind of a riot in the management of Newcastle right now.
When you have all four corners of the ground singing "We want Brucey out."
It's not good.
That's not good. No. Newcastle fans are known to pack the stadium out with a win, lose, or draw. And if they're shining for your head, mate, you need results. And to be fair, you did get a good result against a very, very good Leeds United team. So you need this point. You need points there for today.
As weird as it is to say, I want to go. I want the days again where Newcastle is a threat to people. Okay. Newcastle deserves to be a good team. They're a good city.
Yeah.
They've got great support. They deserve.
I've been to Newcastle. They're a wonderful city.
Yeah, they deserve to have a team that challenges on a regular basis, and I don't think you can do that with Steve Bruce in charge.
No, he's a dinosaur in terms of football manager.
But yeah. Did you see the FIFA 22 trailer clip?
With him running on the pitch, and he was faster than his squad. Bollocks. Steve Bruce gets a sweat on in a press conference.
I would like to point out that, as noted, because obviously FIFA 22, you can play your first 10 hours now, and the graphics are terrible.
It's awful.
It's awful.
It hasn't been released officially here in the States yet, so hopefully
drops October 3rd. It's on EA Play. If you subscribe to that, you can play the first 10 hours of it. It's not gone down well. There are 28 pages on the message board already about it.
So have they switched the game engine? Or is it still Frostbite?
Well, yet last year FIFA was wrought with problems, and this year does not seem to be any better. Like we're seeing players with very thin arms.
Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa.
wow.
FIFA 20 was bad. FIFA 21 was fine.
No, I had tons of problems with
I
FIFA
didn't.
21.
I didn't.
Well, I don't know what to fuck.
I mean, that seems like a you problem then.
Yeah. I didn't have any problem with it. So yeah, that's
Anyway, my thoughts on Newcastle and Watford.
Yes.
I think if Watford wins this game, Bruce gets fired.
I do feel you're right on that one, Mag. I think you're 100% accurate. I think, especially given the results that Arsenal have had in recent weeks, that Arteta is no longer the favourite for the sack.
Well, and they're in 13th still.
Yes.
I mean,
But,
it's just a matter of if Newcastle ownership would actually go through with firing Steve Bruce.
Maybe they should fire the ownership.
Very well. They should have a long time ago. He seems very content to keep Steve Bruce in charge there as long as they're in the Premier League.
And because Steve Bruce takes the heat off him.
Yes.
Indeed. Talk about the heat of people. Brentford, Liverpool.
I think Brentford have Liverpool's number. I think Brentford they're going to keep their challenge for those European places.
To be fair, if they beat us, they deserve to be there.
That was so magnanimous, but really that came from a place of hate. No, I think on paper,
I wish them all the best of luck. I'm taking nothing for granted. On paper, Arsenal should clean Brentford out on the first game of the season.
Mhm.
Brentford have been hanging with the best, even when the best aren't playing well. They're still getting results, and you'd be stupid nowadays to rule any team out.
Yeah, I don't think we can count out Brentford at all here, especially,
They could be our toughest test so far.
I mean, it could be. I mean, if you look at the way that results have shaken out so far this year, and every year, anything is possible. You would imagine on paper Liverpool should win this game and should win it comfortably, but that's not how the game is played. So I feel as though we will probably have a good fight on our hands here with Brentford.
Mm-hmm. And if Salah scores, I believe that's his 100th Premier League goal as well for Liverpool.
Indeed, I'm hoping that happens for him.
I think he's already surpassed that, hasn't he?
Yes, he scored last week. Yes.
Well, not according to BBC Sport. They said he has 99 Premier League goals for Liverpool, and he could become the 13th player to get a century for the Reds.
He's scored 100 Premier League goals, but not for Liverpool. He's scored 2 for Chelsea.
Well, that makes
sense.
sense.
That's a perfectly fair comment.
That makes sense.
We're going
and Liverpool have the longest current unbeaten run in all of England's top 4 divisions.
Yes, they do.
That's a really good thing to have for sure.
That's true.
We'll quickly go through the other games. Southampton Wolves tomorrow, of course. A bit of a scrappy game, this one.
Well, Southampton were pepped up from that the point against the match against City.
Absolutely. Hessenthal seems to be doing good.
2 traditional staples of English football. Two powerhouses, 2 very proud fan bases squaring off here, Southampton and Liverpool. Southampton and Wolves, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know if I can pick a winner here. So I'm gonna go with a draw because I just don't know how to split them between the 2.
Enjoyable draw, hopefully.
2-2 or 3-3.
Mm-hmm. I tend to agree. Be good game to watch. Hopefully. Of course, the Arsenal Spurs. Of course, we'll be covering tomorrow.
That's tomorrow's game here on Radio Tekkers.
And if you come back at 4:15 UK time or whatever time it is in Cowboy Land, you can watch along with us.
Indeed, and of course, then obviously we've got Crystal Palace Brighton happening on Monday, of course, and after that game, myself, Mags, and Chain Wrestling.
Maybe not straight after, because me and Sal will be on a live stream for Chain Wrestling.
I was about to say, after that game of Crystal Palace versus Brighton, and after Chain Wrestling has finished right here on Radio Tekkers,
right here,
Mags and Sai will be joining myself as we bring you the volley.
The Volley, which is a new Radio Tekkers special where Matt does the rundown.
Headers and volleys.
We're workshopping it.
No.
We're workshopping it.
Yeah, I'm excited to be involved. We've been discussing this in our little group chat, and yeah, I think it's a great idea to do a kind of a live rundown of the weekend's football.
Little bit of a recap.
So please do get involved now. Jump in the chat on Monday night after you've watched Chain Wrestling, of course. You watch that first, of course, and then just jump across to that next chat and join us there.
Well, just stay on the channel, make yourself a cup of coffee or whatever.
You need a pop up cushion, and we'll take you through the football.
Correct.
You know, and Monday will be an interesting game with Crystal Palace and Brighton. That's actually Brighton's only.
We totally fluffed over that.
I mean, it's their only rivalry game. I just wanted to point that out. That Crystal Palace are Brighton's only rivals in all of the Premier League.
Indeed, I'll have half an eye on that while I'm listening to Chain Wrestling. Perfect.
And we all want Brighton to win.
Probably.
Actually, yeah. Okay. So thank you so much, guys, for being with us for the last 2.5 hours, sitting through us talk about everything from food to
basically nothing about football.
Pretty much. Unfortunately, it was
from a nothing match. The good thing is we make a poor match seem entertaining.
We do it. We do indeed. So it is time now for us to wrap up for now. Back tomorrow, of course. You can find Mags.
Kablam down there where my thumb is. Kablam at Pogfather Mags.
Indeed. You may find Tanner.
Yeah, just right here at Texas Gentleman _ right there. And just of special note. Yesterday, I released the very last episode, for now at least, of Headlock Talk, which I was joined by Mags, Kablam, as well as Mr. Warren Hayes and Conrad from the Everything Pro Wrestling Show. We got to sit and talk about the prehistoric AEW show, the proto AEW show, All In. Which was a lot of fun, So we ended with a beginning in a very poetic kind of way. So go and check that out.
The circle of life.
It's a backup karaoke, Graham. Find me at the MacTech UK. Follow the show here at Radio Tekkers. And don't forget to give us a like, a share, and a subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon. Until then, from Tanner, Mag, myself. Thank you to all the people who watched.
Kabam.
We're out of here.
Bye-bye.